Round 4 of action here at the Australian Senior Sides Championships. It's Tasmania's women up against the Northern Territory women, and it's Denise, Middap, Kerrie Lane, Debra Lee and Kim Saunders for Tassie up against Shirley Campbell, Linda Hughes, Marian, McLaughlin and Bronwyn, Hagger of the NT. That is the state of play. These are our boards, the master board in the top right-hand side of your corner, and on the bottom to middle left of your screen, the 3 rinks. And the top one there, Kim Saunders and Bronwyn Hagger, highlighted in yellow, is what we're going to be covering. Val Febo here with you on Ringside Live at Club Tweed. It's going to be an absolutely brilliant contest between these two teams. Not sitting overly high on the ladder for the women's table. It's Victoria and South Australia, both undefeated. South Australia ended up getting over the top of the ACT in a nail-biting contest. New South Wales sitting in third with Queensland. Both of those two teams are on 2 wins and 1 loss. The ACT and Tasmania, who we're covering here, in 5th and 6th on 1 and 2. WA and the NT on 0 and 3. NT last on the ladder at the moment on 0.5 rink points, so just the 1 drawn rink. And on the men's side of things, we'll have a look at how things are playing out. South Australia ended up winning the last matchup. So they are 6 and 0 overall, haven't lost. They sit on top in the men's side of things. Queensland in second on 2 and 1. On 3 and 0, and then on 2 and 1, New South Wales and Victoria, both in 3rd and 4th. As Victoria look to make their stake their claim for another title win. The Australian Capital Territory 1 and 2, very, very close in that last match against South Australia. Western Australia in 1 and 2. Tassie and the NT 0 and 3 in 7th and 8th. So Tasmania or the Northern Territory will get on the board eventually here with either half a point or a full point after this session when they play each other. Last round this morning. And that's the live scoring as well, which you can keep in touch with on bowls.com.au/events page, and then go national events, the nationals and live scoring. So just head to the events tab, then down to the nationals, and then in the little drop down menu you'll be able to find the live scoring there. So the final end of the roll up. Val Febo, my name, going to be joined by the events coordinator here at Bowls Australia, Paul Holschke. Paul joined me for a marathon yesterday between Serena Bonnell and Cheryl Linfield, and he enjoyed it so much that he just wants to come back and sit down. And Paul, as I welcome you in, it's a bit different for you today, a bit of a different setting because you're at Club Tweed instead of Broadbeach.
Oh, good afternoon, Val. It's great to be with all of you viewers out there today here at Club Tweed. How can I say this? It's not as spectacular as yesterday.
The weather yesterday was
amazing.
Glorious, yeah.
But the sun is now trying to poke its head out. It's warming up a little bit. It's a bit windy, a bit blustery. But the greens here at Tweed, they look magnificent, which should mean we're going to get a cracking game.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the lineups here, we've got a lot of quality. And Debra Lee is, of course, an Australian champion with Beck Van Ash and her daughter, Jess McMullen. So it's a lot of family ties in this sport of bowls for Debra Lee. Of course, now Rob McMullen, son-in-law. And Kim Saunders, a very, very good state bowler.
And a lovely lady at that too. A delightful lady.
And then you swap over. Bronwyn Hagger is a stalwart of Northern Territory bowls. She's been to the BPL Cup finals, but not only that, she's been to the Australian Champion of Champions. Played in the 2020 edition at Club Dandenong, or Dandenong Club. That was in 2021, of course, Paul, because of COVID lockdowns. So she is a very good bowler, and you think of
we really don't want to be reminded of COVID,
no, we don't.
Do we?
We don't.
It's part of our lives that has moved on.
We'd rather not remember, but it's Bronwyn is a very good bowler. I feel like there's a few bowlers from the Northern Territory. You know how Real Madrid, they've got the Galacticos, Paul, with their key players. And the Northern Territory, they've got a few, and Bronwyn Hagger is probably one of those Galacticos. If you look at NT bowls, and Colleen Orr, another one. Says James, Siobhan Tootle, and Anita Rook is becoming one herself. She's involved in a lot of events throughout this Nationals. Champion of Champions, sides, Oz Champs.
It's good to see Northern Territory come to play, and I really think there's going to be a good game because there's a bit of rivalry between the two STAs. Because, how do I say this politely?
The two territories.
No, Tasmania's not a territory, it's a little island. But,
well, yes, the ACT.
There's a little bit of there's a bit at stake here. For the winner, it would mean that
Tassie can move further up the ladder.
Yes, that's right. And Northern Territory might move up the ladder as well.
They might just, yes, with Western Australia not having registered a win in the women's. But, just had a comment here from Michael Shingle saying Tassie ladies are already on the points ladder. No, they are. I meant the men's. Neither of those two have won in the men's. So that's what I was talking about before. So Western Australia on 0-3 like the NT. But...
well, we're up and running now.
First end and the leads. Denise Middap of Tassie.
She's gone a little bit shorter.
Up against Shirley Campbell.
There we go.
And as I said, masterboard on the top right-hand side of your screen. So that's of all the ends and all the scores. And on the bottom mid to left is the three respective rinks.
I think we're going to have to talk to our skips, Val.
Yeah, I did mention to...
a little bit of education around...
Robbie Allen's just waving.
Good old Robbie.
I did mention to Bronwyn, and she's realised...
good work. Thank you, Bronwyn.
She's a star. She's from the Catherine Bowling Club in Northern Territory, and apparently...
what a beautiful part of the world.
They will get their bowling green back soon. Apparently it hasn't been there for a while. Don't have anywhere to bowl at the moment, but she's still performing at such a high level.
3 years. No green for 3 years. Well,
it's a long time. So Catherine is just a little bit south east of Darwin, just below Kakadu National Park. That extends a long way down the Northern Territory.
have you been there, Val?
Never.
You haven't been to Catherine Gorge?
I've never been to the Northern Territory.
Oh, my goodness.
I've never been.
Well, you better put that on the bucket list,
Yeah,
Val.
it is eventually. Been to every other state in Australia except the NT.
No, it's a beautiful place. Beautiful part of the world. It's a lot of diversity up there in terms of the...
Yeah. I've never been to... I haven't been to Perth in a long time either. I stopped over there on the way to Birmingham. And I haven't been there properly since 08 and haven't been to Tassie properly since I was 4. So looking forward to getting back there next year.
That's right.
Yep, I will be going to Tasmania next year. So that's at least one to tick back off the bucket list.
All right. What a cracking bowl there.
Great start there from Debra Lee. Great second there. This is Marian McLaughlin. Darwin and Catherine. I said that it was a short drive. It's actually a 3 hour, 19-minute drive from Darwin to Catherine.
That would be about right. Just over 3 hours to Darwin from Catherine. No speed limits. There's
130.
130 now.
That's a fun drive.
It never used to be speed limits in Darwin. All right, back to the bowls here. We have Tasmania holding 2, I believe. Is that correct?
Believe so.
So Marian just... the line was very good. That's a good home. And Debra, with that famous red hat of hers, she wears that everywhere.
She does.
She's just cutting across. Hasn't quite got... She won't be as happy with that one. I'll have to find out which team Debra barracks for.
Why's that?
Well, yesterday, I remember when we were commentating Lucas's game, I made that famous comment.
Yes.
He fell short on many times, but on one particular end, and I made the comment, fell short just like the Bombers did.
You did say that?
He wasn't impressed.
Did you tell him afterwards?
I did. He wasn't impressed. But I can't speak as I'm a Carlton supporter, and we've pulled up short for 29 years in a row now. Hopefully in 2025, Val.
Might be. Need to be more than a one-man show. I won't talk about my team.
All right, Kim approaching the mat. Looks like she's going to draw in on the backhand here, to right of screen. Looking to add.
Very good bowler, Kim Saunders. Been around for a long time. She's on that tighter hand.
Yeah, the wind's playing havoc on that hand.
And
just holding it out, but...
well, you could see the little wobble there at the end. That's certainly held things out.
That's holding 3 now.
Bronwyn Hagger. Those
right.
Trademark hot pink bowls. And that's just holding out, isn't it?
Oh, hello.
Little wiki woo.
She might have cut one out.
Try and check what those stickers are saying. I believe that's a Tassie bolt. Yep, it is. Tasmania holding 2.
All right.
Kim Saunders.
It's holding out 2.
Yeah, this hand is a very tricky one. You've got to give it the exact right amount of weight.
Well, we have the wind coming in from the east, Val.
We do.
Off the ocean, so it's affecting that hand. It's not turning quite as much, and it's quite a blustery breeze. All right, Bronwyn. What is she doing here? Oh, no.
It's not the starter that she would have wanted.
She was after.
She'll...
I'm not sure whether she'll have to shout the bar or not later. Later in the night.
So 2 to Tasmania to start proceedings.
She may argue that it wasn't on the wrong bias, but anyway.
Oh, that's all right. Cheryl Linfield, she had one yesterday. I think it might be the hot pink, because Cheryl had that colour bowl yesterday and sent one down, but that happens. It certainly happens.
Depends who you talk to.
Okay.
Discussing this with JR one time, and JR
Ian Ewing,
yes, one of our esteemed pathway coaches for Victoria. I think he helps out with Tasmania too, doesn't he? But he was saying that he hasn't done a wrong bias for about 40 years and can't understand why anyone would do a wrong bias.
It's all about prep, but sometimes you just get a bit lackluster.
All right. Denise is coming down on her backhand side. Coming down with the breeze. Didn't quite get the spinnaker up enough. It's pulling up a little bit shorter than she would have liked. I think most of the players will favour this side of the green with the breeze. I know myself, I would prefer to take the hand with the breeze rather than fighting the breeze. But in saying that, there are a lot of bowlers out there who would also enjoy the tighter hand, tighter line. So everyone's different, got their own different perspectives on how they approach the game. But Denise pulling up a bit short again. It's going to make it difficult for the other bowlers to follow. All right, Shirley also playing her backhand. This looks like a good one here, Vel.
Not bad. Needs to clear.
I think this is going to be the shot.
It's got a little rub.
Yes.
That's number one. So,
Bronwyn.
Shirley Campbell doing nicely.
Bronwyn will be happy with that. So Kim is asking Kerrie to draw around that bowl just to the right of screen.
And looking at the master board after 3 ends of 63. 7-0 Tasmania, a 2, a 2 and a 3 for the Apple Isle to start proceedings here in the opening couple of ends across the board here on green 1 at Club Tweed.
This is going to be an interesting shot, Val. She's drawing on the forehand side. She's going to try and draw in against the breeze.
That's
and it's holding out.
Not going to get there. You cannot trust grass on that hand, and they'll learn that.
I think
that ended up out of bounds. And Kerrie Lane. Well,
oh, look at that.
She's in a good lane.
Very good lane, Val. I like that. She's going to stick to the forehand.
It needs to be a lot tighter. It's not going to swing.
I can understand what Bronwyn's doing here, calling her on that side to try and cover that wing bowl out there.
This is better.
Because Bronwyn would be anticipating that she could trail the jack out to that bowl.
Line was much better, just weight was a lot further than what they wanted. So Tasmania right on top at the moment.
Just need to take a little bit of speed off. And it is all about consistency, Val. The better bowlers are always more consistent in and thereabouts, and building the head and helping their fellow team members, because bowls in the head really does help. Here we go. On the backhand as well.
And that one, they're just seeing what these rinks are doing, or what rink 1 is doing. Certainly not easy. Good to see so many people from the NT watching on. Anita Rook has stayed up here after Champ of Champs.
How'd she go?
Not her finest tournament, I don't think, but she was happy and all went all right.
Okay, Bronwyn's decided the backhand may be an easier hand to play, going this direction towards the clubhouse. For those who haven't been to Tweed heads, the clubhouse would have to be one of the bigger clubhouses you've ever seen at a bowling club.
It is the biggest. It's got everything.
It's two-storey plus an undercover car park. It is an impressive facility. And if you're ever on the Gold Coast, I would recommend driving down. Or if you fly into Coolangatta, it's only a short
10 minutes?
Not even.
Not
that.
even.
5-10 minute drive. Come down to Club Tweed and enjoy a lovely meal. Enjoy the lovely facilities here. It's the place to be, and I can understand why they fill their greens most afternoons for social bowls.
It's a wonderful place to be, Club Tweed. It is a hub of the community here. This is not bad. Kim Saunders.
Very good try by Kim. Well, Bronwyn, one down. Should be looking to either remove that Tasmanian green bowl or for some jack movement.
Got a great release, Bronwyn Hagger.
I tell you what, Val, this has got a chance if you can get around that front bowl.
She's well pointed or underneath. It's just not going to have the weight. Great try.
Yeah. Cracking line.
She'll have a nice indication of what she needs to do with her second one. So 7-1 on the master board. About to finish the second end here. Maxine Monson and Catherine Farrell have started already.
Well, Kim's taken a really wide line here. Her weight is superb though, Val. It's... Alright, what's Bronwyn going to do here? I think she should be looking for that green bowl. If she can dislodge that green bowl, that will bring NT in for shot.
Bronwyn Hagger. Tell you what, her weight is much better.
Oh my goodness,
and
what a great effort.
It might have snuck up.
Yes.
Bronwyn Hagger.
Jack high.
Got the job done in the end. It was a bit fortunate,
on the board, Val.
but she'll take it 2-1 in favour of Tasmania. It was looking a little bit stark halfway through that end, but they got there in the end, and that's exactly what they have to keep doing. Bronwyn Hagger getting things in there.
So they're going to play a bit shorter.
So Northern Territory have played against the ACT, where they lost 66-53. South Australia, they lost 81-40, and New South Wales, well, wasn't their best morning this morning at 89-33. Only rink that they've drawn was Louise Hicks, Isabel Muir and Lynn Hayhow, with Catherine Farrell as skip. 18 apiece against the ACT. This rink, 26-15, they fell against the ACT, which did have Di Marquette, who's a very good player.
So as you can see, viewers, they're going to be playing around the clock today with this wind. So
they'll try, but it just, I think the leads will.
Heading back towards the clubhouse, as you can see. So Shirley. Her speed was excellent, Val. Okay, Kim has asked Denise to stay on the forehand. Don't mind the line here, Val. You should get around that Northern Territory bowl. Oh, just unfortunately going to run into it.
Shirley Campbell's bowl just getting in the way.
She had very good speed, Val. If she got around that, she would have definitely had the shot. It's close. I would say Tassie may be holding one. It's very close. Well, she's
Yeah, they're holding two.
Definitely made sure that they're holding at least one.
So it's disappointing from an NT point of view because I don't want to be conceding that sort of stuff. So at the moment, 6-2. That's what we're playing. Oh, sorry, 8-2. That's what we're playing at.
Right, so we should be able to notice on this hand how much narrower they are playing. As you can see there,
This is close. Just didn't hold.
About 2 feet.
But it's covered things around at the back, which isn't a bad thing. Now,
right.
Bronwyn telling...
See, she's asked her to come in on the forehand. There's a lot of traffic on the way in. And she wants her behind the jack, which is understandable. She's just got to clear those front bowls or find the gap.
And that is motoring through.
Well, she's got it behind, so she's got the backest bowl now. Well,
but it's a fair way back. Don't think it comes into the equation.
Yeah, but if the jack is able to be moved backwards.
Kerrie Lane. This is
wow,
holding.
Look at that.
Look at the way that is holding. It's going to...
That's the wind at work.
That stayed so straight.
Yeah. As I said, it's quite a strong wind.
Yep.
We'll have to ask Robbie if he can find out what the wind speed is. He loves his gadgets, Robbie.
And now trying the same thing here. Marian McLaughlin. It's not going to work. 26 kilometres an hour indicated by Robbie as wind speed. Debra Lee.
Debra Lee. Sounds like a country and western singer. Debra Lee.
And that one held too.
Well, look at that. But her weight is
number one.
Sublime.
So it's all about the Lee McMullen family across the Nationals. They are the linchpins playing Champ of Champs, senior sides.
Do you reckon Robert would be listening in, watching in today?
Oh, you'd hope so.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Watching his mother-in-law.
Australian champion for 2022.
He was Australian singles
champion.
It's been interesting the last few years, the players that have won it.
He demolished the opposition that year.
Yep, he was very good. Blake Nairn won in 2021, then Rob McMullen 22 and Cody Packer in 2023. Cody looking to defend his title. Will be representing New South Wales in the side series, but then playing for WA at the Oz Champs.
Only in Australia, Val.
Rob McMullen is tuning in. I just got a message from him.
Good on you, Rob.
All-round sensational bloke.
Oh, one of the nicest guys. They call him Rowdy. He's such a noisy character. He's always smiling. He loves the sport. He does. He's a great ambassador. And also BPL play for the Tassie Tritons.
Yes, he is. And
I'm sure
if you think back to February, there was one man who was pivotal in getting the Tasmania Tritons into the finals in that final game against the Tweed Ospreys, or the Tweed Ospreys as they're now called, and that was Rob McMullen. He was dynamite.
I would only believe that, Val. It's not going to turn from out there, Kim. Not against this breeze. All right, Bronwyn, what can she do here?
So was that?
She can come straight up the line pretty much. Pick up the jack. She could make a couple.
It's just the weight.
Is that another wrong bias?
No, that was right. It just way too much weight on that for Bronwyn Hagger. Having a chat with Colleen Orr, the ringside coach and team manager. Colleen gives so much
Now
back to WA
is
to
a good
NT
line.
Bowls. It's a great line.
This Kim has nailed this. What a bowl, Kim.
Kim Saunders.
Oh my, take a bow, Kim.
Debra Lee, hands above her head, clapping. That was brilliant.
Oh, this
One
could be quite a few here.
two. All right, that's three. We're going to get the tape. This is going to be massive for the master board. That is going to be a third, is it? Or are we going to measure?
All right. Okay, let's that one's in. That's three.
Oh, this is a big
This
end.
is not looking good.
Four.
And this one will be in two. That's five.
Five. We can't quite see there.
Oh,
So what? We didn't quite see the signal. Was that a? I believe it was a five.
2, 4, 6, I reckon.
All right, we'll go
2,
with
4, 6.
6. That is massive. And that masterboard is all of a sudden looking quite tasty.
Very ominous for the Northern Territory ladies.
Far out. 8-1 is the score. And that masterboard will go to 14-2.
As you can see, as the jack rolled, how much the wind has affected the jack there. It's remarkable. Just coming straight across the green.
Yep, so it's as we're looking now, it's coming to the left of your screen. So from right to left.
And for Tasmania, they've picked up their line earlier than the Northern Territory ladies, but there's still plenty of time for the Northern Territory ladies to find their line and to get back into this game. It's a 21 end game, and we played 3 ends, so we've got a long way to go. Now, do we know who's leading Bathurst at the moment, Robbie? They're not into Bathurst. The great race. Have you ever driven over the racetrack at?
Never been to Bathurst.
You've never been to Bathurst?
Never.
Val?
Have you?
Yes, I've. I drove my Toyota Corona over it. It was quite an experience coming down the hairpin there. Whatever they
pretty
call
cool
it.
the mountain,
No, there's the cutting or whatever they call it.
the chicane.
It's a lot steeper than it looks on
Yeah.
television.
Oh, and apparently it's very, very thin, and the
But
roads are
I
tight.
would love to be able to drive around there at a great rate of knots. But apparently the police are there regularly.
Sure, they would be. It's like when you drive around the Albert Park circuit and they put the bollards up on the main straight, and you want to just give it a little bit of a floor,
Yep.
and you can't do it. Very frustrating.
Meanwhile, back to the bowls. Kerrie Lane.
I actually do know someone that's driving in the Toyota GR series, and he was up at Bathurst this morning. He actually won the final race of the weekend.
Oh,
James Lodge, well done to you.
good on you, James. That would be a lot of fun.
Yep.
But I know our viewers are having fun listening in, watching on.
Yep, and at the moment, that masterboard is looking really ugly for the Northern Territory, 17-3.
It's good to see Rick from Leopold, another fellow Victorian. As both Val and I are from Victoria.
We are.
Thanks for watching
You're
on,
originally
Rick.
born up here, weren't you?
No.
No, you are Victoria. Fish Creek?
Fish Creek. Yes. Born in a little town called Foster.
Is that...
You like this, Val?
Well,
Foster are the yellow and black tigers.
Ah, well, there you go.
And Fish Creek, who won the premiership again this year, I think 28th time or something, they're the dominant force.
It's close.
Within that South Gippsland League. The Fish Creek Kangaroos.
Okay.
Wear the Sydney colours and sing the Collingwood theme song. So it's a mixed bag of lollies.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of local clubs are like that. I know the Southport Sharks up here in the VFL, they've got the Collingwood song. Southport are an absolute juggernaut. We're very, very unlucky not to win the VFL premiership this year.
It was a good finish by Werribee.
Werribee were a dominant
Were you there
force.
commentating on that game?
No, I didn't do the grand final.
Oh, it's a shame.
I did Southport's last home and away game. And I did a couple of Werribee games as well.
Anyway, Tasmania holding one. This is a good-looking bowl here. Has she spliced it out to their bowl?
I think she has. Bronwyn Hagger lifts up the peak of her cap. Says you have.
Well, isn't that very encouraging by Bronwyn? That's what we want. Good skip. Encourages their bowlers at all aspects. Even when things don't go their way. All right, Debra Lee.
It's going to hold. Weight wasn't too bad, just needed a little bit less. Got her work cut out for her. 17-3. The magic total that I think, and it wouldn't happen much, but the magic total they would love to get would be a 24-shot lead, because then that means 3 rinks you can afford to drop an 8 on every rink and you'd still be on level pegging.
Well, as we know, Val, an 8 is a very rare occurrence.
In 4s. It did happen at the Commonwealth Games in 2022. I think Ali Forsyth picked up an 8 on one end to put New Zealand in front, and then they put them in front by 6, and then they dropped to 7.
All right, Michael Shingles. I think Phillip Island might disagree.
Can't remember what we were talking about to disagree on.
You'll have to remind us, please, Michael.
Skips come down. Got the 2 team managers looking on from where the cameras are. Madge Strachnetter, mother of Mark. And Colleen Orr. Colleen, look at her. She's so engaged. She's moving up and down, side to side. So invested in this Northern Territory team. She's an absolute star of a human too. Formerly from out near Warrnambool.
Victorian. There's plenty of us around.
You love your Victorians, don't you, Paul?
Oh, born and bred. Here we go. Kim Saunders on the forehand, on the tight hand. It just has not come in at all. Ran into, I think it was the Northern Territory Bowl. All right. What can Bronwyn do here?
What's she done?
She
Needs to get around this front bowl. How straight is that staying? We just needed to send it around the other side of that white bowl in the way.
And add a yard. There we go. Oh. Fish Creek being a dominant club, glad they got rid of the red uniform. Okay.
It's from Michael Shingles. That one's holding out, so Northern Territory, I reckon, are going to score again. It's 19-3 on the master board. Although, how has that landed? Are Tasmania possibly holding one now? They
So
could very well be.
Michael's going to tell us how many premierships Phillip Island have won. And
Bronwyn Hagger, same bowl as before, just needed to clear that front one. She had the right weight. So let's see what this is going to be. Will we get a measure? Deb Lee having a look at it. It's 1 to the Northern Territory. They are back on the board again. So they've won 2 of the 4 ends that we've played. But the problem is that big 6 they dropped on N3.
it certainly didn't help.
Down 8-2. Been playing nearly about 40 minutes.
4 ends into this 21 end game. Might have to do a bit of research into how many premierships Fish Creek have won. It's quite a few. I haven't had much to do with Fish Creek since I left.
How old were you when you left?
Back in 91.
So
It's been a long time.
I'm going to say, I have a guess were you 20 years old?
Oh, I'm giving my age away now, Val. But in 91, I would have been 19.
Okay, so born in 72.
Correct. Carlton won the premiership in 72.
I did.
Not that I remember.
Richmond won 73, 74.
But I do remember the 79 grand final. I remember Jezza going off. I was, 7 years of age, but I still remember Jezza going off in the last, 10 minutes or so, thinking, oh, we're not going to win this.
Well, that's not a legal length, so we're going to have another jack roll.
But thanks to that, to Wayne Harms.
Yeah, well, that was 79, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wayne Harms won the very first Norm Smith medal that year.
And they've got footage, apparently, to say the ball didn't cross the line.
Yeah, it's one of the calls that sort of hurt the opposition fans, the Collingwood fans, for many, many years after that.
But we have the Premiership Cup.
You do. Who's going to be the first to 17?
Well, it won't be Essendon, Lucas. Oh my goodness!
That wind
You can
is
see
really
the wind
pushing
just
Jack.
pushing that.
Stay in bounds.
Oh my goodness! I've never seen anything like it, Val.
Did it stay in bounds?
I honestly
Just.
have never seen a jack move that much in my life. I don't reckon.
The flags are.
That is incredible.
The flags are erect out there. They are
It is
absolutely
very challenging.
They are at straight angles. Yeah. You're almost tossing the jack out with a bias to hope that it comes back onto the centre line.
It's insane. That's part of the sport. There's always different challenges.
Is so 8-2, 3-1, 8-1. They're the scores across the rinks here. Tasmania and the Northern Territory. It's Tassie who are in cruise control at the moment after 11 of 63 ends. Played 4 here.
Cracking bowl by Denise. Do we know what club Denise bowls at?
Check that for you now.
Some of our viewers may know where Denise Middap bowls at. And she has just played one of the toughest bowls in bowls. Play it again. She has
Same.
same. Repeated.
Westbury Bowls Club, Paul.
Westbury on the northern part of Tasmania, up near Launceston.
I'm glad you knew where that was, because
Well, the only reason why I know where Westbury is because last year a team from Westbury made it through to the BPL Cup National Final.
Ah,
And what a great lot of blokes they were. They had a great time. They absolutely loved their time at Pine Rivers. They didn't quite get the results they wanted, but they thoroughly enjoyed their time. So
BPL Cup coming up in a month, the finals.
yes, a team from Cremorne have won their way through. A grandfather.
Wow. From Cremorne in, what, Melbourne's inner east?
No, in Tasmania, down near Hobart.
Okay. That
The
shows.
team was made up as a father and two sons
Very
and their
nice.
grandfather.
I was going to say, I didn't think there was any Cremorne Bowling Club in Melbourne.
No, that probably went out a long time ago. There's been a lot of bowling clubs that have disappeared in Melbourne, unfortunately, due to the value of the land. I don't think Linda's quite got the legs.
It's about 1:50 local time. We're almost a quarter of the way through this matchup.
So if we're about 500 metres from here, Val, it would be what?
12:50.
Amazing, isn't it? The joys of daylight saving up here.
Yep. Or down here.
Well, depends where you come from.
True. But I'm quite happy being in New South Wales for daylight savings.
Yeah.
2 years ago at the Nationals, when we came up for Broadbeach, I got a day of it or 2 days of it, and then we had to come up to the Nationals, and I missed out. But now we get it.
Oh, what?
Great
What
try.
a great bowl by Marian.
Marian McLaughlin.
Not sure if she's got... No, she's still 2 down. But at least she's got 1 there in the head, which is would make Bronwyn very happy. And Debra Lee is not adjusting to the wind as she would have liked. I still think Debra Lee's a great name for a country and western singer.
Maybe
We'll have to ask Debra later if she can sing, play the guitar.
you don't mind asking people if they can sing. Had you singing yesterday.
Oh my goodness. How many viewers did we lose at the time?
All of them, I think. So, Tasmania still holding 2, as you can see on the top left of your screen.
She's got a much wider line here.
So we'll come back if she's got the weight.
I reckon you could be right.
Too much weight.
It's a great effort though.
But line was pretty spot on. Skips come down.
I think that's the Bacchus bowl. Is that the Bacchus bowl, Robbie?
It is.
It is the Bacchus. Great technical work there by Robbie. My goodness, what a saviour Robbie was yesterday with those lollies.
You needed that sugar hit, did you, Paul?
We did.
Is that Robbie's cue to bring some more for you?
No. I was very grateful. I've got to go shopping a bit later and buy some more to...
Yeah, I've got to head to the shops a bit later. Went to Woolworths at Coolangatta the other night, and the fruit selection was bloody shocking. So,
Okay.
Bronwyn, that is...
I'm not sure whether that's...
No, it wasn't a wrong bias. It was just misjudging the line.
I tell you what, if she got it on the right line, she had very good speed. Well, Kim, you can see how far she's aiming out to her right.
That's almost in the next rink.
Incredible. It's playing like a 18 to 19 second green, that hand.
But her
Look at it
weight,
swoop in here.
they wanted to hurry.
Has she?
Don't
Not
think so.
Quite.
Just didn't send it. So Bronwyn Hagger.
Okay, what can Bronwyn do? She's just got to come between that blue and bluey greenish bowl towards... Oh, this is...
Again, just too far out.
She's going to need a little rub. A little bit of...
Oh, no.
Oh! Golden bell. I think she might have one now.
I don't even know what to say.
Well...
That was...
I think she's got the shot, hasn't she, Robbie?
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kim's coming up for a look.
Don't even know what to say. That was as lucky as I think you can get. And Bronwyn, I think she knows it.
Well, as you know, Val, we take the good with the bad.
And what would be more bizarre is that if the NT do end up winning this end, they will actually have one more ends in this match than Tasmania.
It's that one bad end.
Yep.
Or unfortunate end. So it looks like she's going to...
Bowls can giveth and bowls taketh away. And that time, bowls giveth.
I think what Kim's talking about is coming up through that front gap, landing on their bowl and pushing the Northern Territory bowl through, which potentially could give them 3 to 4 shots. I think that's her... It's a tough one to get into with that hand being so tight and the speed that she's going to want to get. So she's just, where she's got her foot there, she's just... It's such a narrow margin. But I'm sure Kim's up to the challenge. It's all part of the fun of the game. You never have the same shot. It's always something different. Well, what do you think, Val? Is she up to the challenge?
Oh, she is. You're not a skip at this level if you're not up for the challenge, and you've got to deal with the obstacles that are thrown your way.
She's still undecided.
And now...
No, she's... If she comes that hand... Oh,
she's under.
No.
But we saw what happened in the last bowl. No, nothing's happening there. So somehow, some way, the NT end up with a 1.
It's funny how when you get to the mat and you feel indecisive in any way, how that can affect the result. I think we touched on this yesterday, talking about the good players like Aaron Sheriff and Lee Schreiner. They are on the mat. They are...
Disco, Corey, any of them.
Yep. They've made up their mind. They know what they're going to do. They don't second guess and they just go for it. And I think that was a good example there, Val, of second guessing.
And that jack roll was pretty good. Robbie's just ducked off, so hold on. I'll try and see if I can get this screen working. Ha-ha!
Magic.
I literally just clicked the button.
Right. Shirley
Not sure
Campbell.
how to get that off the top of your screen, so we'll keep that up there. We'll keep an eye, make sure no 1 foot faults.
So obviously on the back end is the wind-affected hand. And watch, this one's just going to slide across. The weight is pretty good. Clap from the crowd here. It's good to see so many people out watching, enjoying the standard of bowls and the facilities. Hopefully over the coming days we'll see more spectators.
I think we will.
Wow, I think she may have... Right, here we go. We've got an update on the Bathurst 1000. I think I'll hand it over to Val to read out the names.
So I don't know why we're doing this, but Brody Kostecki, number 1.
Kostecki?
Yep, Kostecki.
What does he drive?
I have no idea. Wing Cup 2, Brown 3. There you go.
Kostecki. I would never have guessed that.
I think it's a K instead of a H there. So. And Jamie Wingcup has won 4 Bathurst titles, I think.
His name's very well renowned in the supercars. Anyway, back to the bowls. I'm sure there are people out there watching both Bathurst in the background and watching this live stream.
Sure they are. So,
this is well pointed.
Currently sitting at 8-3. The NT have won 3 of the 5 ends that we've played.
Beautiful line. Look at this one coming in.
Checking that masterboard now. 23-5. 18 shots in favour of Tasmania.
I think NT is still holding with Denise's first bowl.
Close there. Was
not sure what she was trying to do there.
Linda Hughes. Sorry, I think that was Marian.
No, that was Linda.
It was Linda, sorry. Linda, nicknamed Merv, apparently.
All right.
Yep. Because of Merv Hughes.
Is that right?
Brilliant bowl.
Oh, my goodness. What a great bowl.
Kerrie Lane.
Kerrie Lane. I wonder why her parents didn't call her Penny. Penny Lane?
There's a Penny Lane in Moonee Ponds in Melbourne, but that's about as far as my knowledge of it goes.
Penny Lane? The,
is this something before my time?
The Beatles song, isn't it? Penny Lane?
I know the Beatles, but a lot of the songs are a bit before my time.
Oh, you should get up to speed.
No, they are good. They are good. I like Hey Jude. Twist and Shout. Hold Your Hand.
Is that going to be in the wedding? One of the wedding songs?
Don't think so.
Have you got the suit organised, Val?
Yeah, no, that was done a while back.
Good work. What colour are we going?
Yellow.
You're not?
No. No, just a...
So you're going to have a black suit with a yellow
tux.
tie?
No, it's all just... all above board, Paul.
Oh, come on.
All
we need a bit of
board.
colour.
No,
You
just...
have a nice pastel yellow.
No.
Does it look really good?
It would not look good.
Oh, my... Come on, Val. Yes, very traditional. I think you need a splash of yellow there. Maybe the handkerchief could be yellow.
I'm not doing a pocket square.
Maybe the bridesmaids will be yellow.
If the fake tan goes wrong.
Well, that's a great bowl there by Debra Lee. She's just made 2.
But no, I got my suit done through Dominic Carbone in Melbourne.
Never heard of them.
They are... Well, Dom Carbone would recommend if you get any suit tailored, would recommend he is an absolute magician.
Did you buy it?
Him and Kelly? Yep.
Have you bought the suit?
Yep.
Right.
It's mine forever.
I hired my suit from Formal Red, it was called. If I'd bought that suit, I'm not sure whether I could fit into it now.
Well, that's the problem with me now. For the rest of my life, I'm going to make sure that I remain the same weight. But no, it's, yeah.
She's got the wide line here. Kim's...
No, I wanted something special, and yeah, Dom has provided the absolute goods. So I'll give them a shout out here on Ringside Live.
Maybe they can come on as a sponsor.
I doubt that they're listening, but...
Where are they located?
Eaglemont in Melbourne.
Eaglemont?
Yep.
Right.
So head to their website. They are, yeah, honestly, they made this situation and the process so easy and, yeah, brilliant. So that's all sorted, which is good.
So they took your sizes and tailored it to perfection?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Colleen, just in the way there.
Hello, Colleen. Good to see you, Colleen, on the live stream.
Bit of a wry smile on her face. So, yeah, so no, they just took the measurements and wrote them down, make sure that it was all
What did that
good.
set you back, Val?
I'm not going to be revealing prices
come
on...
Val. How much does a suit cost these days?
Don't know.
I don't know either. I haven't bought one.
This one's coming back for Kim Saunders.
What a
That's a
cracking
great
bowl.
effort. And what are they up here?
They've got
1 and 2. So they're back on the board with a multiple.
could be 3. I think that might be it though. Yep, just the 3.
But 3 is good enough. 11-2-3, that is the score. No worries. So, apologies there, Mike was still on, just discussing something with Robbie, but it's on the master board, 27-8 in favour of Tasmania, 11-3, 7-2, 9-3. So this rink, probably the most damaging from a Northern Territory point of view. Although they've won 3 of the 6 ends, it's just they're winning them in singles, and Tasmania haven't scored a single yet. They've gone 2-6-3 on that bowl. Just tossing him out a little bit wide. Stayed in bounds, but that bowl is not going to be part of the equation, I don't reckon. Tasmania holding sway at the moment. Time for Kerrie Lane to jump onto it. She'll be heading on the forehand. Stay on that really true side The wind's going to push it back a little bit. Flags not as straight as they were before. A little bit flaccid now as you look over at the flagpole. That's a great bowl from Kerrie Lane. Our last match of the day, only 2 today and tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, just the one match. As that will be the final round of action here at the Australian Senior Sides Championships. And then a little bit of a rest, for me anyway. Day off from streaming, and then sides will commence. Great shooting. Kerrie Lane, they're up 3. This is getting concerning for Tasmania. Oh, sorry, for the Northern Territory. Tasmania, nothing of the sort. The NT just needing to rally, just not finding their line and length. However, Linda Hughes trying to be like Swerve and Mervyn. Didn't quite work. Had a good line, but just didn't have the weight. Debra Lee wants it to hold up. Oh yeah, that's 4. Currently leading by 19 on the master board, the Apple Isle. So car alarm goes off out the back here at Club Tweed. It's going to be a bit distracting. Debra Lee. Is this a 5th? Oh, you bet it is. So Bronwyn Hagger's got her work cut out for her when she gets down. There we go. Car alarm is sorted. Not sure if you could hear that in the background. Oh, it's on a tighter line. It is going to hold in the wind, but it is going to drift away late. So this is dangerous now for the Northern Territory. They are down 5. They're already down 11-3 here. This is getting concerning as we hit nearly a third of the way through. .21 ends, no time limits here. Go as long as you want. Hopefully it's not a John Isner, Nicholas Mahoo match at 11 hours, but Paul and I, we sat here yesterday, well, not here, but at Broadbeach yesterday for a very long match between Serena Bottle and Cheryl Infield.
It certainly was a marathon, Val. Went right down to the last end.
It did. So Kim Saunders.
And 1 minute to go.
No, it was less than that. It was 41 seconds. And Kim Saunders doesn't want to take the jack, doesn't take the jack. Paul's just connecting to some free Wi-Fi. Let's see if it works. Tweed Harbour. Might be a bit far away, Paul.
I think so.
Bronwyn's gone with weight. She's going to obstruct something here. What she got? Bronwyn Hagger, one. Oh, it stayed in the count. You're kidding me. It's remained in the count, but that jack is bare, begging to be nailed. So sitting at 6 again. Here, the Tasmanians. This could be very, very telling. What has Kim Saunders got? Well, 7 at the moment. This is really dangerous for Bronwyn Hagger. They're down by 8. Might be about to get to 15.
I would hope that she's just going to draw in here.
Doesn't want to play any cowboy shots.
I think you might.
Oh no, she's gone big. She's going to hit something, I think. Has she got the jack? Bronwyn Hagger.
Oh, she has.
She has got the jack, and she has saved. She saved that in extremely dramatic fashion. It's 1 to the Northern Territory.
What a result.
They were 7 down. They've won 3 of the last 4 ends, Paul. 4-11. That is crucial.
Could that be the turning point for this game?
Might just be. You never know. She's essentially made 8 on that shot. They were 7 down, and she made 1. That is huge. From the Catherine native.
Catherine with a K. All right. So we're about to play the 8th end. Tasmania leading 11-4. And on the big board, Tasmania 27-9. Here in the 4th game of the 2024 Australian Senior Sides National Championships. Brought to you by Club Tweed. And we thank Club Tweed for their wonderful hospitality. What a place to be. Also the home of the Australian Indoor Championships. It's always good to come back here to Club Tweed. Also the home of the Golden Nugget. And if you look to the left of screen, you can see that big rock or yellow looking nugget, which is the nugget. I'm not sure what it represents. Maybe it means there was a nugget found here once. I don't know. I shall have to find out if any of the viewers may know why it's called the nugget. Robbie might know why.
That's the most precious thing. So you just get a giant gold nugget. Gold nugget is worth.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, we'll continue to. We'll ask Wayne Turley when he comes in tomorrow. And what a great start here by Shirley Campbell, holding 2. This is what we want, to apply the pressure early. We saw that yesterday in the final of the men's B5-6 singles with Andrew Reid from South Australia defeating Lucas Protopapas. And it was mainly due to Robert's first bowl where he was on song, but what a response there by Denise Middap. Okay. So Bronwyn has called Linda Hughes to come in on the forehand wicket. She'll be fighting with the breeze. It just hangs out there. The breeze is so strong. But she now has the Bacchus bowl. You never know, that may come into play at some stage later within this end. Kerrie Lane. I wonder if Kerrie's got a nickname called Penny.
You and this Penny Lane.
Penny Lane.
There is a Penny Lane in.
Has she made 2? I'm not sure if she's.
There is a Penny Lane in.
I think she
Mini
might
Ponds.
have. I think she may be holding 2 now. Tasmania.
Looks that way.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, you're right. There is a Penny Lane in Mooney Ponds, Paul.
Yes.
New precinct in there, which looks pretty good if you're ever in Melbourne. This one's going to hold out, but has...
Tell you what, this has got the opportunity to chip it out, and
Still
they might
one
be
down.
still 2 down.
Well, they're still down, but it's a better down than what they were before. Bronwyn
Well,
Hagger was pretty happy with it.
At least it gives Marian McLaughlin a chance to draw it in. I don't know. What do you think, Robbie?
Robbie's having his lunch at the moment, Paul.
Which is the Tasmanian bowl, the black one. Or the... Looks like it's a speckle, like an orange flick through it. All right, Kerrie Lane. She's got a great line here. Just hasn't quite got the length she would have liked. I'd say at least 2.5 metres short. But what can Marian do? Also playing on the backhand. She can get around the Debra Lee bowl. No, the Kerrie Lane bowl, I'm sorry. This is Debra Lee on the mat now.
Debra Lee looking to try and continue this push for Tasmania. Masterboard has them at 32-9 in front. So we're on end 8 of 21. Almost at the halfway point.
Hey Robbie, what internet are you using, please? What internet are you using?
NBN from the cover. 94 down, 93 up. You're a bit slow.
No, I can't even get on. Which one is it called?
Did you see the, you're going to go through the Wi-Fi part of it?
So this one out a bit wider. It's going to swing. Oh, yeah. Debra Lee. Oh, it's perfection.
What's this one? I'm hoping it's that one. Next. Lovely, what's
That's right, you'll get it.
So, Bronwyn just looking for something special. Had a little bit of fortune in a couple of ends here, Bronwyn Hagger. That last drive was pretty good to save a 7, though. Down 7 and made 1. Just surveys her options. Almost at the conclusion of the 8th end here. She's gone for it. Gone for the bowl.
She
You
thought
can
she
clearly-
was a chance of trailing the jack back into the ditch. I would say that's what her thought pattern was.
Possibly, but she's only got 1 left. She does
That was
have a
just-
big proclivity to play that drive. She does enjoy it. I remember that Champion of Champions that we commentated, and she absolutely relished the opportunity to start playing quick. Kim Saunders just needs to get underneath, and
she
yes,
has. That's another one. Oh, this is...
probably takes that drive away from Bronwyn.
I would say at least 3. Could be 4.
Don't think she can be driving it now. Surely not.
She's just got to draw into the head, try and cut it back, or at best draw the shot. The line's not too bad here, Val.
I thought she tossed it out
Has
wider than she
got
should have.
the speed. She might have.
Might have cut it down.
She
Possibly.
may have.
We'll find out. But Kim Saunders still has another one to go, so just needs to add. Try and keep this masterboard ticking. It's at 23 at the moment. Get it above 24. And you get a little bit of breathing room. This one's...
She's taken a very wide line.
Yeah, that's not
Going to come
there.
back.
So I'll have a look. 1. Measuring.
I reckon it's at least 2.
Good sportsmanship helping out.
Just 2.
2. But nonetheless, Paul Holschke, they are now 25 ahead on the masterboard, which means they can afford to drop 8s.
Oh, you love the 8s.
Oh, it's not going to happen, but I'm just saying they can afford to, and that makes all 3 rinks walk a little bit taller because they'll know the masterboard is well and truly in their control. Denise Middap coming out. We've got Madge Strochner out there as the team manager, and same with Colleen Orr for both respective teams.
Just
13-4 here. Here and 11-2. Then 12-4. It's not pretty if you're a fan of the NT. It's a 27 shot or 26 shot buffer.
What can Shirley do here? She started off very well on the last end. She put 2 cracking bowls in there. But on Denise's last bowl, she put in a ripper to take away the 2-shot advantage. Okay. Denise with her second bowl, looking to grab some of the jack here, splice it across, and make 2.
36-10 overall. They've been rampant so far. So we're near towards the halfway point. So just in a holding pattern at the moment. I feel like the NT, anytime the Tassie ladies threaten to pull away, they just find something, and Bronwyn Hagger has been flying the flag. One just trickling through.
Okay, Kerrie coming in on her forehand, looking to add another to make the count 3. Very nicely done there by Kerrie Lane.
She's been really good.
She has. It's been a very balanced performance by all 4 of the Tasmanian ladies.
Yeah, it definitely has been. There's been no passengers, and I think for the NT, Bronwyn has kind of been flying the flag. They've had a couple of efforts from Linda, but this one's coming.
I tell you what, if you can get under that bowl, oh my goodness, what a great attempt.
It was well pointed.
Okay. Debra Lee, yeah, country and western singer.
I wonder if Rob McLaughlin can give us any sort of indications as to whether she's a good singer. But Debra Lee, take your cap off.
She's a good bowler, though. Look at that.
That is splendid.
Wow.
The masterboard getting
3 or 4 here.
It's getting ugly for the NT.
No pressure on Marian here. She needs just to get one in there. By getting one in there, it just really helps the skip. It's got a good line here. Bronwyn's.
She's looking. Doesn't have the legs though, does it?
Yeah, tracking beautifully, but just didn't have the legs, unfortunately.
Debra Lee, same.
I'm liking this a lot.
Oh, this
is... Look at that. That's clinical.
That is a same, Paul. As you said yesterday, no push-ups there.
No push-ups for that one.
That is brilliant in every sense of the word. Marian McLaughlin.
She had a line on the last bowl, Val. If she can just get her weight, I think she could be a chance to sneak in here.
She has
gone a little bit wider this time.
Sent this very wide. Just waiting for it to come down. It's come down around the back, so it's not going to do any damage. Time for Bronwyn and Kim to head down on this ninth end.
While they're walking down to the head, let's do a bit of around the grounds.
What's happening?
So we have Queensland versus ACT, and the Queensland men leading 31-11 after 21 ends. A few... Yeah, maybe we'll leave that alone. Some of the scores are not as close as the ACT men would like.
Is Julie Keegan playing
for Queensland?
No, but is she playing open sides as well? She's playing both. That's a lot of 4s.
She loves the bowls, Val.
She's a great human being as well. Plays out of Broadbeach. But
in terms of the women, it's a lot closer. Queensland 19, leading ACT women 14. So we got Maria Rigby 1-8 to Louise Walton.
This is probably a 5. Sorry, Paul. Possibly even a 6.
Well, that's why we pay the skippers the big dollars. They've got to draw in when things are not so good, or do something. And she's going for the draw shot.
Bronwyn Hagger, what have you got?
Can it swoop in?
Well, we'll find out.
Can it do its thing? Unfortunately, we can't see. What a great bowl.
Great try.
It's cut it back.
Let's cut it back to probably 2.
2, maybe 3. What a great bowl under the circumstances.
We did tell them not to stand on the centre line or not stand in the way, but
that
having a look, that was a brilliant bowl.
Beauty. It's a daunting task when you've got a big number. You're standing on the mat, 5, 6 down.
Kim Saunders just crashing in. She had the weight to get there. It was well pointed. Bronwyn Hagger now.
She's coming up for a look. There is a bit of a path there, but as we know, you've got to have the right line and the right weight. Not always easy as it sounds.
No.
Well.
It's easier said than done, that's for sure.
It's much easier from the sidelines. Or does she play with a bit of weight? Try and chip that. If she can chip that jack out to the right, she has a wing bowl there waiting to receive it. And as we know, she's played with a bit of fortune. So there's no reason why she can't repeat that. The thing that she will not want to do, Val, is to remove her bowl. That would be a disaster. Right, Robbie just doing a bit of attending. Okay, what is she going to do? I think she's going to play on the backhand. No, forehand. I do apologise.
Bronwyn Hagger.
She's gone out. Not a bad line here.
Tighter line, but more weight.
It's not a bad line. Get around that white one or give it a nice little nudge.
Let's nudge it up. It is an NT bowl. So let's see what the total's going to be. 1, 2.
So it's at least 2.
Or are we measuring for that? 1 kicked out. Take the second out.
2 down. What a great bowl. At least 5 or 6 down.
It was 6. So again, Bronwyn Hagger having to save.
So that was...
end of the night then, 15 to 4.
Saved a lot of shots, my goodness.
I think she saved probably close to 20 in this match.
All right, well, let's keep going around the grounds. Our other match.
What about the South Australians, Paul? Enlighten me as to what they're doing, because they are on top of the ladder in both the men's and the women's. They're on top, second in the men's.
Well, we can report that they're playing WA, and the WA men 18, South Australia 36. So the men are doing really well, Val. And unfortunately, the women have run into the WA
Wow.
juggernaut.
So the WA women haven't actually won
They
yet.
haven't won.
No.
Well, looks
So
like
it's the Sandy Wallace rink that's keeping a minute.
so WA 31 and
Plenty of time.
SA 16. There is after 27 ends. So we have plenty of time. All right, so the big one. Victoria versus New South Wales. We love a bit of cross the river rivalry with our good friends from New South Wales. So in the men, Victoria are leading by 5. Victoria 22, New South Wales 17. So Ray Jansen leading Robert Warren 10-2, while Warren Shipley is 11-2 over Ian Brimelcombe, and Chris Young from Victoria 10 leading John Green 4. And in the women, The New South Wales women are doing a good job at the moment, leading 25-18, with Jenny Keep 8-6 over Christine Myers from New South Wales, and Miles of Victoria 2 versus Wendy Clark of New South Wales 11, and Mary Patton from Victoria 8, leading Sharon Renshaw. Well, actually, that's 8 all on 8.
Very nice. Thank you, Paul.
So Round the Grounds brought to you by Club Tweed.
Hadn't Google Sheets. All right, so Tasmania now through Kerrie Lane, looking to really hone in on this shack. A bit wayward for the ladies so far, the leaders.
Well, we should report on the Tasmanian versus Northern Territory men's side.
What have you got?
You have the Northern Territory men leading 29-18. Buckholtz 13 versus Vince from Tasmania 6. Chris Norris of Tasmania 8, leading Jock Hicks 7 by 1. And Nigel Pedley 4, trailing Ian Smith from Northern Territory on 9. So currently Northern Territory holding a nice little 11-shot lead. Meanwhile,
Right here, it's a bit difficult to hone in on this jack.
Northern Territory holding 1, would you say, Val? Or
Yeah, I'd say 1. It might be about to change.
I think you're right.
That has changed.
A little bit of a knock-knock. It's brought... Well, from that camera angle, it could even be 2.
It's close.
We'll go back to that camera angle, Robbie, and we'll...
Oh, that's close.
The Tassie bowl out to the right. Yeah, the Tassie bowl is that black bowl. Black, orange speckled bowl. It's still quite deceiving on the screen. But I'm going to call it, Rob, to Tasmania.
(15-4). That's what we're playing to at the moment. 39-12, 27 shots in favour of Tasmania on the master board. This one's a bit short. Debra Lee now playing the Oz champs. So what can Marian McLaughlin do? Go around the back.
Great line, just speed.
Good afternoon to wherever you're watching from around the country. This match has almost gone that 2-hour mark.
The wind hasn't let down, hasn't...
No, it's not as strong as it was before, but it's still...
Still quite blustery. It's good to see the blue sky starting to poke through. It's always better when the sun is out. Brings more colour. Nothing worse than when the sky's dark and overcast.
Well, that's looking good from Kim Saunders.
Yes.
Been on song. Bronwyn again asked the
2,
question.
3. It could be 3.
Well, on the end count, Paul, it's 4-5 in favour of Tasmania. They've won 5 of them. Northern Territory have won 4. But all 4 of Northern Territories have been singles. What's the worst that you think Tassie have scored? A 2.
A 2, wow. Well, Bronwyn, what is she going to do here?
2 wide. It's going to hit the front.
Gonna knock her front bowl in. It's a long bow to draw that one.
Long way to be knocking that in, Paul, and you got to hit it flush.
I have seen that before, though. But we don't really want to see that in this competition. All right.
Similar bowls required.
I think Kim can draw in another one here. She's got good line. How's her weight? Tell you what, it's coming in. Ooh, I reckon that could be in the count, Val. Tell you what, Bronwyn's got broad shoulders today. I think she's got to try and come in on the forehand. Look to promote that front bowl. Any touch on that front bowl might push it in for shot, but not to be.
So what is the total going to be?
This will be interesting.
It's definitely 2. Whether it is a third or not, we're not sure. Could be 4, actually. It's as many as 4, as little as 2.
Well, I need to measure that front.
Well, that bowl at about 4 o'clock.
2.
That one there.
That one's definitely in. Yes, 3.
Oh, this could be a worrying time for the Northern Territory because the margin looking like it might get above 30.
Now, we had a bit of debate here, Robbie, about this. Robbie's, here we go.
Thinks the black one is in, and it's in. So that is a 4 as we head towards the halfway point of the match. 19-4 here on our rink.
It was one of those moments where I told you so. Don't like that, do we? But Robbie was, when I first pointed it out, he wasn't convinced. Oh, at least we're having a bit of fun here, Robbie. So Tasmania leading 19-4 after 10. We have 11 more ends to go. So still time for Northern Territory to peg the difference. But again, it's about trying to get bowls into the head, trying to be more consistent. And for these NT ladies, hopefully they can. It's a good learning experience. Because from what I've heard, there's a few in the team that have only been playing a very short amount of time. So hopefully this will be a benefit for them moving forward over the rest of their campaign here at Club Tweed for the 2024 Senior Sides Championships. What can Shirley do? She's been quite consistent, but just struggled with her weight at times. Unfortunately, pulling up short again. But I must say, Denise has put the pressure on. She's led very well. I'm sure making her skip Kim very delighted. As we say in bowls, Val, A lead is worth their weight in gold.
Yes, that's right.
And here we go. There's 2 goodies. Okay, so Shirley needs to get one up there. And Bronwyn's giving her lots of encouragement. Come on, you can do it. Oh, I'm not sure about this one. It might have gone out a little bit wider than she would have liked, but we do know that she has the wind on her side, but not the legs. Kerrie Lane looking to add a 3rd. She's been quite consistent as well. I think the whole Tasmanian ladies have been very consistent, and that's reflected in the score here today. That's a 3rd shot. Okay, Linda, what can you do? It's never easy when you're standing on the mat and always down, always looking to have to do something. Just puts that added pressure on. And pressure can do amazing things. Is it going to come back around? Unfortunately, we can't see through Bronwyn. She's just standing in the way. Well, it was coming back, just didn't have the legs either. Okay, Linda. Looking to add a 4th. Oh, she might have some of the jack just coming through. Oh, sorry, this is Linda. That was Kerrie Lane. My apologies. All right, Linda. She's gone. I tell you what, Val, her weight was spot on. Just the line.
Not bad at all.
And as you said, the wind has probably died a little bit. Looking at the flags here, they've definitely not flying as fully as they were before. So as you can tell here from Debra Lee, she's taking a bit more grass. And putting another one in there. So that's at least 4. Right, what can Marian do? She's sticking to her forehand, which is left of screen, which is, you could say, rolling with the breeze. Not kicking with the breeze, but rolling. How's her speed? Come on. Good try. I'd say Tasmania still holding 4. Debra Lee on the mat, also looking to draw with the breeze. She might get a little rub. Wow. There you go. That's made 5, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're looking good. Jess McMullen watching on. Go Tassie. Great to have her company.
Yes, Tom. It is a bit like that. I think what you'll find, Tom, is that with the NT, I think they've only got 7 clubs in the NT, so it is a bit of a numbers game.
Yeah, it is.
And some of these ladies out there are relatively new bowlers. So it's a great experience for them, but it's a lot of pressure. But I must say they do look very good in their uniforms,
Yeah,
don't
the uniforms do look good.
The NT uniforms are very striking. Just looking at Bronwyn as she come down to this end. She's got the weight of the world upon her shoulders.
Yep.
And she's
Chatting with Colleen Orr at the
Going
moment.
for some moral support.
And Kim Saunders goes underneath. Have a look at this, Paul.
Well, that
1, 2,
could
3,
be.
4, 5, 6. It's getting concerning.
Where's the seventh one?
I don't think there was 7
No, where is it?
at the front.
Ah,
I
right.
reckon that's it. I think. Bronwyn Hagger. Surely this cuts it out.
She can get around this front blue one.
Unless she
It's
knocks
a-
that 7th in, it's turning hard.
She hasn't got the weight, Val. Ah, she needs to add about 3 metres.
So an opportunity to add in a 7th shot. And this could make it. And we're only...
An insurmountable lead, Val.
I think, in fairness, it might already be. If she gets underneath that. Has she added
Yep,
here?
there's
Yep.
another one. Yep, that's definitely 7. Wow. Now she can do this again.
If she saves another 7, we've had a 6 already. Haven't had anything that big since.
What is she going to do?
Bronwyn Hagger.
What is she going to do here?
Straight up the middle.
Oh,
Oh, she's gone with some weight. It's going to hold out, though.
It might get a little rub off these wing bowls.
Might Bronwyn
If she-
Hagger,
if she
her
can
weight
get-
is
if she
good.
can-
That's another monstrous save from Bronwyn Hagger. They were...
Wow,
She
that
even-
could even be the shot.
It might
really.
even be the one.
It could be, Robbie. We've got a side angle there, mate.
It won't give us anything.
Oh.
That won't give us anything.
I think it could
She
be
might have done
shot.
this. Bronwyn Hagger.
From 7 down to 1 up. That's not the first time, but the second time she's done that.
Bronwyn Hagger would be the hardest person to haggle with at a market because she does not give an inch.
Oh, I think she's got it.
I kind of hope she has.
She has.
Bronwyn Hagger, you
give
star.
her a round of applause, people. And she cannot believe it. She's she is. Oh, the big smile on her face. I don't know.
Colleen Orr,
Yes.
she's loving life. Oh,
well
wow.
done, coach.
Bronwyn Hagger, you are an out-and-out star. This is why she's been around for so
How
long.
many times do you think that's happened in a game where you're 7 down and come up with a shot?
That's the third time it's happened.
No, I think it's only the second time.
Oh, there was one she saved the 6.
6, yeah,
So
but-
6 or above, she's gone 3 times. That is absolutely insane, Bronwyn Hagger. So 19-5 is the score. Masterboard 50-15, so it's a 35 shot lead.
Wow. So she didn't pull those 2 shots off.
We'd be sitting at about, well, 3 shots. We'd be sitting at 70-15.
Wow. I think her teammates better buy her an extra
They better buy her a
beverage
car.
tonight.
Awesome new shot.
I would like to know
carried.
from our viewers if they've ever seen twice in a match being 7 down and coming up with a shot.
Oh, to come up with a shot, she's come up with a shot. But she saved another 6 as well, where she was 6 down and went 1 down. So, this is so impressive.
And if you were to give votes today, Val, would she be in the votes? You'd have to be when you've saved that many shots.
I think so. If you're going on a 3-2-1.
Yeah.
But even then, the Tassie team has
Well,
been
that's
very
right.
consistent. And they are up 19-5. So we're over the halfway point. We've been going 2 hours, so I think we're in for a fairly long one.
Linda, second, made 2. So Kerrie steps onto the mat for one of the rare occasions where she is trailing. But look at this.
Kerrie Lane again.
Oh,
Might still be one down. Sorry.
She might be still 2 down. I don't know who's in more disbelief. Is it Bronwyn Hagger or Kim Saunders at the remarkable work? I think we'll have to get an interview with Bronwyn post-game to ask her how she's done it.
I think she'll be wrecked after
I think so.
post-game.
So rolling with the breeze on her backhand. The wind has definitely dropped off a little bit. But there's another way of doing that. I'd say that's reduced the count to 1. Marian McLaughlin. Looking to add a second shot. On the narrow hand. You can see how it's just holding up, Val. But not the speed that she would have wanted. Just draw me the shot, Debra. That's what she'll be saying. And Debra's bowled very consistently today. I think it's quite possible that she could draw this shot. Look at this. Look at the tight hand that she's playing.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, she's done it. What
Debra
a bowl.
Lee.
I told you she could do it.
Oh, we know she can do it. She's an Australian champion. She's a fantastic bowler. Runs in the family.
What can Marian do? Also playing the tight hand. Just the speed. Unless she can chip her own bowl across. Oh, has she, Robbie? Has she done it? It's hard to tell from this angle. I'm sure Robbie will find us an angle here. But in the meantime, she's just going to scoot on through. Oh. From that angle, it looks like it's the Tasmanian bowl. I think that's a purplish bowl, that one, if we go back and have a look at that.
I think it's a... Yeah, I think you're right, Paul. Yeah.
Oh, look at that for camera work.
All right.
I like those blue ones, the Northern Territory ones. Those
How nice.
very similar colours to the ones that I use.
Of course you use blue.
Blue with a red and yellow speckle.
Bronwyn Hagger.
What can Bronwyn do? She's looking for that purple bowl. Push it through. Oh, if it flopped the other way. Anyway, she's got another one. Yeah, Kim. Should be looking to add a second shot here to take them into the 20s. Not with that one, I don't think.
It'll hold for a while, but...
She hasn't got the weight either.
No. It's probably her loosest bowl of the day.
I would agree. Okay. I think she'll be looking to come down on her backhand. No, forehand.
It's not far away. Bronwyn Hagger again.
Just skipped on through.
Maybe they need to put her 6 down and she would have made it.
I think you're right. No, 7 down. That's when she does her best work.
It's like some people do their best work after 9 o'clock. Bron does her best work.
It's 7
when
down.
She's 7 down.
Remarkable.
Quite
I
unbelievable.
don't think I've ever seen it. To be 7 down doesn't happen very often in a fours game.
And to be able to save it and take shot is even more rare.
And to do it twice, it's just... Yeah. So Debra Lee is claiming the 1.
And that's their first single of the match. 12 ends gone, 9 to play. They're into the 20s.
And the wind has definitely died down a little bit. The flags aren't quite as blustery as they were when we first started. Let's see what the jack does here. Gives a good indication of the wind. We saw early in the game where the jack went across by about 3 metres. So it's about 2 feet now. It's an indication of how much the wind has died down here at Club Tweed. Magnificent facilities.
They are. Great food, great people.
If you're in the area,
bowls.
Please come down over the next week. We have some tremendous bowls. Good start by Denise. She's led very consistently today. Shirley with the white and red speckled bowl. I tell you what, this is a good chance to take the shot here. Just needed a little bit more.
So
I think it might be time for another around the grounds here, Val.
Might be, Paul, if you've got it on you.
Check up how we're going in the other matches.
Maxine Monson, Catherine Farrell. Well, that's 20-6. Very similar result to here, but they're 14 ends old. Jeanette Lane and
well, let's start with the men here. Northern Territory versus Tasmania and the men. And Northern Territory still holding out, leading 35-24 after 31 ends.
Wow.
In this 63 end competition. So we're just reaching the halfway mark with the men. And Northern Territory are holding out by 11, so it's a good result. With Ian Smith leading 14-6, which is the major rink. Okay, Queensland versus ACT. We're a little bit behind on our update with that one. Let's move up to WA versus South Australia. We love checking in on South Australia. Our good friend Sandy Wallace.
How's she going?
Our former chief ITO. She has hit the lead. She's leading 8-5 over Pamela Chalmers from WA. Beth Quinlan is having a tough battle with Kathleen Gobert from WA. Kathleen leading 15-4. And Linda Warburton, 11, leading Susan Hutchinson, 4. which means that WA have a nice little lead over South Australia in the women's. In the men's, it's the other way around, with South Australia leading WA 36-18. Okay, Victoria versus New South Wales. New South Wales currently down in the men by 5 shots, but leading in the women by 7 shots.
Thank you, Paul.
And the Queensland playing ACT, Queensland 31-11 in the men, and the Queensland women leading 19-14 over the ACT women. So we shall come back to you a little bit later once we've got a few more scores updated.
Very shortly. They update soonish, every 15, maybe
20 minutes.
Yeah, 15 to 20. So
All depends on how he
he's been updating them pretty
how
quickly.
many conversations he gets into as he wanders around.
So this one looking, well, it's looking ugly for the Northern Territory. Probably, we know it's probably going to be a fait accompli here, 53-19. But what can they do?
Well, the NTs somehow need to orchestrate to be 7 down with 1 bowl to go. That's good. Yeah, we could see you there, Bronwyn.
What was she doing there?
I'm not quite entirely sure, but
She's a character.
she's
And she's
probably brings a bit of life to the game.
Oh, she has done, because it would be a lot further. They'd be a lot further behind. It probably should be about 40-4, really, with the shots that she saved. Standing in the way here, but everyone having a look. Come on, Bron. Robbie will have to give her a wave. So Bron standing on the centre line. Come on, Bron.
Well, Marian's...
There we go.
come on, Marian. She's drawing on the narrow hand.
She's powering
And
through.
She's certainly put the afterburners on there.
Going faster than some of the cars at Bathurst today, I think.
Wonder who's winning. Wonder if
Kostecki.
Kostecki is still holding out. Maybe
know.
some of our viewers can help us with an update on who's winning the Bathurst 1000.
Is it 1,000 kilometres?
1,000 kilometres, correct. Takes about 8 hours. It normally started at 10 in the morning. Well, this is what I used to remember when I was a younger fellow. I used to get up and watch the start of the race.
And you mosey on about your day, and
then it would finish around about that 5 o'clock mark.
for the news, of course.
Just before the news, correct. And then
all
they
about
do
the broadcast.
their wrap-ups. And it's always good to see the crowd come onto the racetrack and always attract big crowds. All right, Kim Saunders trying to add to the count. She might. Well, what's Bronwyn going to do here? Does she do a little forehand? Come under that blue bowl, or that blue bowl in front is hers. That can be knocked up. Or look to arrive on her white bowl, the bowl of Shirley Campbell. I think that's what I'd be trying to do, Val. Or is she going to come and try and draw through those wing bowls?
See what she's got.
Oh, she's
She's trying to come through, but
trying to look to set her own. Oh, little nudge and
Bronwyn
find a
Hagger.
way. My goodness.
she continues to
She-
find her way through Colleen.
And Colleen is very excited.
On your pictures there, you can see the high five.
Wow.
Bronwyn Hagger has been
Kim can't believe it either.
monstrous
She just
today.
Can't believe a little shake of the head there, Val. Like, how'd you do that?
Well, because she's a damn good bowler.
Oh,
She is a very good bowler.
it's part of the game.
Bronwyn Hagger.
All right. Will she be prepared to go bare jack here? No. No. I think she would have been better to have a run at it. But with the score it being at 25, she has nothing to worry about, I don't think, Val. NT haven't picked up a multiple. Oh, have they picked up a multiple?
Today in this match?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think they
They've
have.
won 5 ends of the 12 that we've played. All singles. So,
So it looks like it's going to be 6 ends,
yep.
6 ones. Until I did my math at school.
So they've won 2 of the last 3 ends. And if they didn't drop so many multiples, they'd be a lot closer. But yeah, no big scores.
So they won 6 of the 13 ends.
Yep. So nearly on level pegging in that sense.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's bowls. And I hope you're enjoying the coverage. Brought to you by Club Tweed. And again, we thank Gold Coast Tweed for their help in bringing this coverage to all our faithful viewers around, not only around Australia but around the world. Tell you what, this is not a bad start by Shirley. She was going to get a clap, but just pulled up a little bit short on her. Probably 1.5 meters. What can Denise do? Another backhand draw with the breeze. Look at this. Look at this. Very nice start. Shirley also on the backhand. Now, she's got the breeze.
It's going to come underneath.
Just going to tail off. Good weight. Very good weight.
Really sitting at a holding pattern at the moment, aren't we, Paul? It's been around this 34, 36 shot margin for quite a while, and nobody really breaking it open, either gain headway in either direction, either for the Northern Territory or Tasmania. But we had Andrew Howie talk about a match that he played for the ACT against Western Australia
Right.
back about 10 years ago. They were down by 50 shots at the halfway point. They came back and won.
Wow. I think I've heard that story before. Andrew's very good at reminiscing those stories.
Clive wouldn't have been happy.
And a very good bowler in his own right, Andrew. Just doesn't get to play on the green as often as he would like. But does a great job at heading up all our national events for Bowls Australia. So Tasmania holding 2. Could even just be 1. It's hard to tell from this angle that we're on, unfortunately. It's definitely one in a measure anyway.
So what can the Northern Territory do now? It's all about this masterboard just trying to find their way back.
So Linda likes to come in with a bit of weight, so that hand is starting to turn more now that the wind has dropped, Val. It's remarkable contrast to when the wind was up and about and the bowl was hardly moving at all.
Yeah, it's sort of the flags are a little bit more limp now, Paul.
Oh,
They were absolutely hell-bent. You could probably snap them in half. That's how straight they were.
oh wow.
Nicely
Kerrie
done.
Lane.
She's been pretty solid, hasn't she?
She certainly has.
So, Paul, what's...
She's been playing like a pretty penny.
well, her name's Kerrie, so
Oh, I've renamed it Penny Lane.
you have to ask her after this. Any chance, Paul, in maybe 10 or 15 years when you hit... What did you say you were? Yeah, no, in about 15 years, would you be playing in this event?
Not even. Well, being from Victoria, it may be might be a difficult task getting our team. Might have to move to the NT.
Maybe. 7 clubs up there, you and Tristan Smallercombe.
Well, he can bowl. I'm not sure about myself, but
Tristan's a very handy
I
bowler.
would hope that I'd be in the same rink because he certainly can bowl. A previous Australian singles champion. What year was that now? I think that was he knocked off Clive and Barry. Or
That was 2017.
yeah.
And yeah, Clive needed to beat him going into the last round, and Clive had to beat him to win the title. And Tristan, one of his best mates, knocked him off.
I'm sure he reminds him every time. Remember that game in 2017? That's what bowls is about. A little bit of banter, a bit of fun, friendly rivalry. And I know once these matches are completed today that they'll sit around together and continue to talk for at least another hour or two, which is what it's all about the camaraderie between the players and the states.
It's absolutely wonderful.
So while on the green, it's on, but once they're off the green, it's friendly. All played in great spirits, really.
Yeah, it is. And that's been the key of the Nationals so far. We saw it at the Paras. It's a great little community.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Bronwyn seeking some advice from her third, Marian. In all honesty, haven't had a lot of discussion together, the two of them.
That's more they've just told Bronwyn to go and do the job, and she's obliged. This is the end of the 14th end.
I'm pretty certain from what I could pick up that Marian was trying to encourage her to come in on the forehand. But Bronwyn's still undecided. We spoke about that as well. When you hop on the mat, you need to be very decisive in what you want to do. So she's still questioning but she's going to look for the backhand, which is the hand that's turning more than the forehand. She still doesn't know. Anyway, she's going to deliver now.
Bronwyn Hagger.
Draw it in.
Far away. It's going to dip, though.
She hasn't got the speed, Val. Again, when you're indecisive, it makes the task even more difficult. And now she's blocked that hand as well, because that was one of the options that Marian was trying to entice her on. But she didn't. She wasn't convinced by the proposal to play on the forehand, being the narrower side. But with the wind dropping, the hand is playing. It's taking more turn, which is what, as bowlers, we want. We want to know when we put the bowl out there, it's going to turn in. And with the variable winds, I think she's got to stick to the backhand. Well, one, it's been blocked up, but two, she's played that hand on the previous delivery. So she's just got to add a little bit more grass and about 1.5 meters of weight. And, you know, she might...
So Bronwyn Hagger, no.
She's not going to get a rub off that bowl, is she?
Surely not again. That wiggled a lot more than it should have.
The wiggle. I like that one.
I said that around you yesterday, surely.
Oh, I can't remember now. The wiggle.
So, Kim Saunders.
Looking to add.
That masterboard has remained around that 34 shots. It's going to change here.
Tell you what.
Not
get
far
around
away.
that white one. Or inside the pink.
Yep.
Yes. Wow. Debra Lee's very happy about that.
Was that a 3 in the end? 1 on the kick out, 2. 3. And probably going to stay at that, I would say. They'll measure. So it's at least going to be a 23-6.
Measuring for
lead.
4. So the problem was she wasn't 7 down, Val. Yep, that's 4.
Wow. So, another 4. And Tasmania forge ahead. It's 20-6. And the masterboard says 59-21. That's at 38 shots. Seven ends to play. We've spent a lot of time together this week, Paul. You and I.
I think there's more to come, isn't there? Unfortunately for the viewers.
I think so. I reckon we've still got another hour, probably. But we spent 3 hours together calling Serena and Cheryl.
At least Tom is talking to us. He's saying it's good fun. And that's what it's all about.
And that's it. You know, you mentioned before, Paul, that the Northern Territory might have 7 clubs in the NT. But these bowlers might not have been bowling for a very long time. But they are giving it a red-hot crack. They are trying their hardest and their utmost.
Absolutely.
And they've got a gem of a skip in Bronwyn Hagger that has made this, in fairness, more of a contest than it probably should be.
Actually, I don't even know if they got 7. I think they might only be down to 6. Don't know. We need to get an update from Paul Jackson. Send him a message and see what we can find out.
So 1 to Tasmania. After the lead bowlers of Shirley, Campbell and Denise Middap have set down their first. This one's going to cut under. It's going to have okay weight. Pretty good, but you can see the little shadow of it next to that Club Tweed logo.
He's not responding, Mr. Paul Jackson, to my request.
So this one, nicely done from Shirley Campbell.
Yes. And a big round of applause from Bronwyn. Delighted. Well, the question is, can that bowl stay there for the rest of the end? That is the question.
I dare say probably not, the way that the Tassie girls have been bowling.
All
but
right, what about you, Rob? Let's have a
little poll.
Will that bowl stay there? Yes,
Rob says yes.
Rob, and Val says no. And I'm going with Rob. I reckon it's going to stay there.
So these Tassie Stars looking to get their campaign to an even ledger at 2-2. And in terms of shots up and rinks one, they are going to be cashing in, you would think. However, Jeanette Lane and Jennifer Sullivan, that match is really close. Still around that 34 mark. I reckon Jennifer Sullivan has picked up, I think she picked up a 3. Or a 4. Because it was 34 shots before, went to 38. And now, so it was 14-7. Jennifer Sullivan has picked up a 4 on the middle rink. Brilliantly done. They might actually bid for that elusive rink win in this overall tie.
Oh, what a great bowl.
Brilliantly done. Kerrie Lane. Now Linda Hughes.
See if she can come and sit on that last shot bowl of by Tasmania.
Linda's an avid listener of Ringside Live. Watches a lot.
Does she?
Yep. Bronwyn Hagger is
I tell you what, she's
inquisitive.
not far away. I tell you what.
Probably hit them all too far. Bronwyn can't quite believe it.
Well, Rob and I were both wrong. That bowl has now moved. So, Val, 1 to you, Val.
I don't know who I'd like to thank. The listeners.
Oh, I think you need to thank Clive.
What? Why?
Why? You spent many an hour with Clive.
Yeah.
You would have learnt a lot from Clive over those many hours.
Yes.
He's got great insight
He does.
into the game of bowls.
Can't wait to see him later this week.
He'll be up.
If we're doing the Western Australian men and we stream him, I'm going to sledge him so much.
Well, we need to organise that somehow.
No. That's all right. I wouldn't sledge him. He's been too good to us.
Great try there by Linda. Oh, Marian, I mean, sorry. Debra Lee, a country and western singer.
I wonder if we can ask Jess McMullen or Rob McMullen if Debra Lee can sing, because
maybe we could do a duet later in the night.
You've been adamant. You've been adamant that she's got a great country western name.
Club Tweed, bit of karaoke.
Oh, look, you can ask that. I won't be.
That'd be a way of getting rid of all the patrons.
Or maybe Debra can sing.
Oh, she'd have to be able to sing better than I. It's good home here. Very good home by Marian, because as we know, Bronwyn likes to
attack.
Yes, I think that's a very good word, attack. We could call it Jack Attack.
You could. Bowls.com.au. It's get involved and the Jack Attack. Great, fast, fun format. Playing bowls. So we've got 7 ends to play, including this one. Rob McMullen's message. She can't sing, but she gives it a go. There you go, Paul.
All right. Well, it could be an entertaining evening then. It's all about having fun, Val. All right. Kim Saunders looking to add another one. I tell you what, very good try. All right, Bronwyn, I'll be looking on the forehand, either looking to sit on that wing bowl or just grab the jack and potentially pick up the first NT multiple of the match. I tell you what, it's a chance.
Not far away. Bronwyn Hagger.
Jack. Oh, she's drawn the shot though. Come on, give her a round of applause, people.
Paul's just imploring nobody sitting in our vicinity. Just
no, they're sitting there. They're just they're watching the other. They're obviously watching the other. They're watching the other rinks. And,
nicely played from Bronwyn Hagger, though.
They're not watching this rink.
Well, if they win this match, Paul, you and Debra Lee can get involved in a karaoke night here at Club Tweed. We won't be streaming it.
What song do you reckon we should sing?
I have no idea. Whatever. What do you fancy?
I thought you were going to say "I Have the Tiger." I don't know.
A lot of key changes in that. What about Bohemian Rhapsody, Paul?
Nah, too hard.
I could hear you going for a bit of
I think it'd have to be Country Road.
Oh, that's a good one. The Charlie Cameron song. John Denver.
Yeah, Johnny Denver. It's got to be a country song.
Not bad. Oh, well, we'll set it up, Paul. Bronwyn Hagger. Similar bowl needed. Not coming. So now if she just attacks this with a little bit of arriving weight here, Kim Saunders, she could trail the jack, or is that done? No, sorry,
done.
She's done.
We're
Oh,
done.
my God.
We're just looking to measure.
How am I going?
It's all right.
I think I've lost it. I think I've well and truly lost the plot.
Could be time for a cup of tea. What do you reckon?
I'm not a big tea drinker, actually.
Ah, Val.
I'm a coffee man. I do love my coffee. And that is 1-2 Tasmania. So they get another single. And after 15 ends, which is when a lot of fours games, regular fours games at the AO and all of those formats at Oz Champs do finish. We go to 21 here.
It's a good view across the rinks there, Robbie. We'll be able to see how much the wind is affecting this jack.
Oh, this is short.
Yeah, they like a shorter end. So you haven't been to Darwin?
Never been there.
Wow.
24-7 is the score. No, I'd like to go. There's a lot of flies up there, apparently. Okay, well, it's
well worth a visit.
But when I do come up to the Gold Coast for the AO, I get eaten alive by midgies. And I absolutely cop it with mosquitoes. And
well, they love you too. You got royal blood.
I don't know.
You must have.
But,
so do I. They love me as well. But it's still worth a visit to NT.
I found out what midgies actually do. And they don't. It's not a bite. It's something else completely. It's a word that starts with a U and ends in Asian. And I'll let the viewers do the maths there and figure that out. But yeah, I felt quite dirty at the end of every day when I was itchy.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Yeah, Hollywood told me that.
Right. I remember when I went to...
Robbie's asking how old I am and that I've only just found that out. Yeah, I know, 28 I am. And I found that out in June this year. I was today years old when I found that out.
There's probably many viewers out there who didn't know that either. If you don't live where the midgies are, then how would you know?
Yeah, and in Melbourne we don't really get them.
We don't have midgies in Melbourne.
No.
We have little mozzies, but not
We have,
midgies.
yeah, mosquitoes that bite, but yeah, it's...
If you go to Kakadu, take bricks with you because those mosses will carry you away and the sides of the earthquake.
Oh, come on, Robbie. It's not that bad.
apparently, if we are going to Kakadu... All right.
I've been to Kakadu. I survived, and I don't... And they love me too, Val, so you'll be right.
No, I wouldn't mind going. I've heard some...
The sunsets are amazing
Yeah.
at night.
I'll just stay away from the crocodiles, hopefully, and life will be good. Went to Port Douglas. That's as far north as I've been. Or the Daintree. What's the national forest up there?
Yeah, the danger.
Daintree, yeah. Did a walk through there. That was really nice. Absolutely sensational. But that's, yeah, the furthest north I've been, so...
All right, back to the bowls. Who's holding here, Rob? I think it might be the Tassie bowl. It's hard to tell from this angle, though. That's where having a marker really helps.
Does. And that is on the tighter hand. It's going to drift through.
Right. What are you saying, Rob? The back bowl. The Tassie bowl.
The master board has this at 32 shots, so the
and our
NT...
the breeze has picked up again. It's hammering through now. Oops. Shirley had good weight, just not the line. All right, Kerrie Lane. She's going to come on the forehand. She hasn't played this side as much. It's a nice release. It's not going to turn in from there, I don't think. Oh. She may have added to the count.
She has done a lot today.
Yeah, they've all been marvellous. The Tassie ladies.
Val Febbo and Paul Holsch here with you here on Rinkside Live. 60-28 in favour of Tasmania of the NT. 15 ends to play overall across the rinks. And if you've got a question for us on the comments here on YouTube, ask us away. We'll go as deep and personal with Paul as you want.
Yeah, ask me any question you like. That might scare them off, Val.
We'll get some engagement, don't worry. So Debra Lee.
I know what we need to do. We need to
around the grounds.
We need to do another around the grounds, brought to you by Club Tweed. Wow, Debra Lee adding to the count. Marian should be looking to, if she can just chip her front. No, she's sticking to the forehand. Oh, she's chipped one out. And Debra will just put it back there again, I'm sure. Well, she'll be attempting to anyway. Great line. Okay, as the ladies crossover, I'd say it's Tasmania holding 2. It's close, maybe 1 and a measure, but they're definitely holding. Anyway, WA in the women. The WA women are holding on 42-32. While the South Australian men are 50 to 29. And Sandy, our friend Sandy Wallace, is 10 all with Pamela Chalmers from WA. So WA ladies leading by 10, while in the men, the South Australian men are leading by 21 shots. Victoria and New South Wales are having a very close game here. Victorian men 34 to New South Wales 30 after 41 ends. So just over halfway now. Okay, what can Bronwyn do now? NT holding 1. Looking to add a second. Tell you what, don't mind this line. It's just the speed. Yeah, well, it's a bit narrow. The wind, as I said, the wind has picked up a little bit here again. It did die down there for a little bit. But Kim, for one of the rare times where she's trying to convert, it's just pulling up short. So another one to NT. They move on to 8. Tassie 24. After 16 ends. So my calculations are that NT won 8 ends and South Australia won 8 ends. But the only difference is South Australia managed to pick up multiples, while NT have only scored 1. All right, let's have a look. Victoria versus New South Wales in the women. The Victorian women lead 44 to 32 after 42 ends. Queensland versus ACT. Wow, in the men's. Queensland 70 lead ACT 28. And the women 54 lead ACT 28 as well. So Queensland are enjoying a bit of success there. So the close game would be Victoria versus New South Wales in the men. There's only 3 shots in it. Well, actually, the New South Wales men have now regained the lead. They lead 40 to 37 after 48 ends.
Wow.
So that's the close one. We'll need to keep an eye on that one moving forward. That is the close one. While the other games, you could safely say, are probably tucked away, except for that one. Not to say the others.
So, 2 ends in a row to Northern Territory, Paul. Stringing some
ends
together for the first time. Haven't scored anything more than and funnily,
it's 8 ends all.
Exactly.
If only it was an ends game rather than a shots game, it'd be a close contest. I'm sure there's been many a format where they've just played the ends.
Yep, and well, if that was the case, they'd be even. If we just had ends
That
one.
wouldn't be a bad competition, actually. You'd approach the game in a very different way.
Oh, 100%. You'd just be trying to draw the shot or take the end. It doesn't matter how many you get.
I think you'd be looking to trail the jack into the ditch.
Yep. Yeah, it's not about scoring there. That's a nice...
It's a bit like the tiebreaker end in the BPL.
Yep.
And often you'll see the lead put the mat up put the jack on the 2 metre mark and then try and drive it into the ditch. Maybe we could have the National Ends Championship.
You can run it, Paul. Might be one that I could win.
I
Just
wonder if
drive
Club-
at the jack for 4 ends straight. We've got 5 to go here. So we're into the last
I
little
reckon it'd be a
stretch.
quicker game.
You think so? It would
would
just be a lot of driving.
It would be a lot of driving game, wouldn't it?
It should be a national driving championships. How many times
Who do you reckon would win that, Val?
Bester.
Bester, you reckon?
Easily. The guy just doesn't miss.
Well, we saw that in the World Championships last year.
Yep.
At Broadbeach. Oh, look at this.
He also did a...
Wow.
That's brilliant.
That
from-
is unbelievable. Shirley.
No, that was Linda Hughes. Great shooting.
Ah, Linda Hughes. I do apologise.
But yeah, I think if you look at what Bester did at the BPL, I think it was last year, Lindsay Clark did a demo with him.
Oh, taken one out. Still holding one, NT.
She did a demo with Bester, and he said that it was a driving demo. He
Right.
said, I only need 1 bowl. That's fine. I'll get it. And he nailed it.
Yep. There you go. Well, there's an idea for a club. Host the National End Championship, which would be classified as the driving end championship.
Yeah, you have to drive.
Well,
if you hit a toucher,
not necessarily.
if you hit a toucher and your bowl doesn't go in the ditch, doesn't count. Want to make it fast and dangerous. So, again, sits at that 35 shot margin that it has been at for probably about an hour and a half.
She's playing the tight hand there. There's a little bit more turn there than... Still 1 to NT. Debra Lee. This looks a little bit tight. Val.
Does.
And not quite enough revs upon the bowl. Any update on the Bathurst 1000? Why you...
Someone named Pye was in front.
Pie.
P-Y-E. Not sure.
I'm not sure who that is. Oh, we miss the good old days. Johnson versus Brock. Ford versus Holden.
Yeah, there's a few different cars in there
Oh, I
now.
wouldn't know who they are, which cars they are now. I think there's a Mustang, isn't there? Ford Mustang. Holden Chevy Chevette.
Yep.
Chevy,
Yeah, it was literally either Ford or Holden.
but I think it's... Well, look at this. Is it going to swing in?
Bronwyn Hagger.
Looking for 2. Looking for 2
Yep.
shots. She has.
The claps gave it away.
Wow. It's a mini comeback.
So you're telling me
She's
there's a
just-
chance.
Yes. I think she's trying to get to 10. Let's
Yeah.
get to double figures.
Just a mini game within the game.
Correct. What do you reckon? Kim's going to have a little run at this.
She might do.
Ah, why not? Open the shoulders. Got nothing to lose.
Little bit of a run.
Oh no! Come on, Deb.
We'll find. We'll see it soon. Just drifting through. There's a waft of chips comes through Club Tweed.
Hot chips.
Yep.
Bring on some hot chips. I think we might need some lollies. Yeah. I think we might have to get Robbie to get some lollies for us. All right. Well, she's got a back one there. All right, Kim, come on. Let's see if you can do a Ryan Bester on us. Drive the jack into the ditch. It's definitely not Ryan Bester speed.
No, and it's not
But
accuracy.
she was trying to pick up the jack.
So, they're
here
going to
we
get a
go.
third end in a row here. They've actually won more of them. That's 2. And the NT, they're in the double figures.
Fantastic.
4 ends to play. 3 ends in a row. 4 of the last 5. And 5 of the last 7. They're on a mini run. Well, they've fought hard, and I think Bronwyn Hagger, she certainly deserves some plaudits for this game, because she saved about, well, I think, what did we say it was, Paul? I think about 22 shots.
14, 6, yeah,
Yep.
at least 20 odd shots.
It should really, but and you'd think Tasmania should probably be in the 40s. But Bronwyn Hagger she's been the MVP from the Northern Territory, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The Catherine Bowls Club product.
All right, Shirley. Playing on the wide hand, her backhand. This is not a bad start again. Oh, wow. Here we go.
Come back on the cards, maybe. Who knows? They're within 2 ends of catching.
If we can pick up an 8.
Imagine that.
Oh, wouldn't that put the pressure on the Tassie girls?
I don't think it's happening. If Bronwyn, if Tassie couldn't get an 8 before, I don't think it's happening.
They might get a 7.
Maybe. Or if they couldn't get a 7 before.
Well, the overall looks fairly. It's 30 shots to Tasmania, 64 to 34.
They've come back.
After 54 ends, so there's 9 ends to go in the game. It's going to be a bit of a tough task to come back from that.
So 4 to play here. 4 to play in the Jeanette Lane rink, and just 1 to play the Maxine Morrison rink. It's probably got another, 20 minutes here. About that.
So we're closing into 4 p.m. local time.
Yep. Bit different for you, Paul.
Still feels like 3 o'clock to me.
Because you've been living in Queensland time for a week now, week and a half. Wait till it's still light at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's a great feeling. Love it.
We enjoy our daylight saving down in the southern states. Means I can be on the green longer after work.
It's true.
I could even hit the golf course.
You hit the golf course after work some nights?
Well, I haven't, but when I was younger, we grew up on a dairy farm.
Yeah.
And once we finished milking the cows at about 6 o'clock, we'd put the clubs in the back of the ute and head down to the Minion Golf Club and play 9 holes. It was sensational.
Great.
In the evening. Normally pretty still and still quite warm.
Beautiful. Yeah, late night activities in summer are great because you got till about 8, 9 o'clock where it's still light out.
Oh, here's a chance for a second. No.
Just going to hold.
Just fall over.
Bronwyn's fired up.
Yeah.
She is fired up. I reckon she could walk through a brick wall after this. I know they've lost, but they're probably going to, but She has been brilliant.
All right.
Colleen Orr just has a little dance to the music that's playing.
Oh, Kerrie Lane. Oh, wow. 1, 2, Tasmania here. What is she going to... Is she going to get Marian to play? She's going to stick her on the forehand. She's playing with a bit of speed. She might get the backers though. Well, they still can't decide what to play. Just get one behind.
If in doubt, go behind.
Just get one behind. Draw it in on the backhand. Here we go. Yep, there you go. Good on you, Deb.
Kim Saunders wearing the Kelsey Cottrell collection shoes out there.
Look at that. Now
That's where she wanted it.
yep, that's a good bolt. Because we know Bronwyn likes to rattle into the head. Whoops.
Oh no.
Spectator hitting her head on the awning.
It was quite.
She's so into the game.
Yep. Hopefully her head is okay.
Oh, if only it was on the other
It
bias.
was loud.
That might have been... Oh, right, so it's going to make that a little bit harder to remove that Tassie bowl for Bronwyn. So Kim just asking Debra to draw it in on the forehand. It's good to see this hand taking more grass
It is.
than what it used to. It was pretty much straight up the line during that first part of proceedings. Oh, what a cracking bowl. Not sure if that's second shot or not, but it'll be close. And Bronwyn's just saying to herself, I'll just come in and take him out. No worries. You watch me. The ladies have been very good today, allowing us to be able to view the game.
Yep.
Standing to the side.
We had a quick word before the game. They knew, they were aware, and then
Yeah,
Robbie
look at
just
that.
gave them one.
Look at that. The parting of the seas. Oh, Vic just wanders past the camera. All right. She knew before she headed up there. It was a backhand. A little bit of weight. Not to be this occasion. At least she's got one more. Looks like. Meanwhile, over on rink 3, that game has come to a conclusion with the Maxine Monson
Yep.
taking out Catherine Farrell,
So they've won.
24-11.
They took a one.
Good work there, Robbie, on the...
Master
he's been a
ball.
trooper, hasn't he, Robbie?
Yep. It's not easy keeping on top of all the rinks. So 31
So-
shots the difference
It's a tough job keeping up with us.
on the master board. So now it's down to 2 rinks.
Oh,
So there-
it might have got in the way.
Up.
Oh, it got in the way.
What do you think it is, Paul?
Oh, I think it's only one.
Tasmania have only scored
that-
1-1.
It's that aqua bowl to the left of the jack. I think she's got to come in on the backhand, land on her front bowl, give it a little one roll, all it needs, and that'll grab the shot. And potentially, if it follows, could even pick up 2. But it's about getting exactly the right line and speed. She's got good line, just not the speed. That's a shame. That is a shame. So Kim holding one with one bowl to come. I don't think she's going to get able to add a second one. I wouldn't have thought from there.
So
It's just a bit crowded.
15 shots, the difference. 25 to 10.
Just the one.
3 ends to play. This is pretty much fait accompli. Can't imagine that Tasmania will lose it now.
It's 9-all though.
In terms of ends.
Yes, 9-all.
So let's see who will win the end count. So
Maybe
they've
we
doubled
should
the
start
score
awarding
of the NT.
extra points for winning the ends.
It's a lot more calculations.
Yeah, that might be a bit too much. Here we are, this 2024 Australian Senior Sides Championships round 4 at Club Tweed. Tasmania versus Northern Territory. Currently Tasmania are leading by 34.
3 ends to go, Paul.
Exactly double the score
Yep.
with just 6 ends to go
3 ends here.
across the board.
Yep.
That can't be right.
No, that's true. That's true.
It can't be right.
We've played 18 here. They've played 18 next door, and the
Okay.
other one's finished. So
Robbie was right. How dare we challenge
It's
Robbie?
just
He's
simple maths, Paul.
all right. Shirley Campbell with the white and pink flecked bowls. Just travelling through, NT holding the 1. Shirley looking to add a second shot here. I like the line. I like the line. How is the speed? Oh, that's really turned. I would say that's 2 shots to Northern Territory at the moment. Kim giving instructions to Denise. To Kerrie Lane. She's bowled so well today, Kerrie. And there you go, little glance. That will be enough to take the shot. All right.
So tick over 4 o'clock local time. 2.5 ends to play. This one is, it's been over for a fair while, I think.
Reckon
Paul.
we need to check in on the Victoria versus New South
And
Wales.
South Australia, they're sitting on top.
Yeah, but that was the closest game in the men's, New South Wales versus Victoria. Let's see what our update says. Oh, Robbie.
That's all that was left.
Well, we have to fill up this lolly,
Of course you're getting the
the
lollies.
lolly jar or container. I don't know if there'll be any left for you, Val.
I'm all good.
After I'm finished.
I'm all good, Paul.
Oh, come on, Val.
I'm all right. Been eating a lot of sweets since I got up here, so I'm okay. So this match started just on 1 o'clock. Or just after. About 1:02. They kicked off and going for 3 hours, 7 minutes. They've been powering through this. It's a long slog.
Well, we've had an update to our text message. 6 clubs in Darwin. And currently membership of 620 affiliated bowlers in the NT.
Catherine been waiting for resurfacing for 3 years now, unavailable or unable to play. So hopefully Catherine can get their club back. It'll be a wonderful day.
Well, I know Paul Jackson's been working very hard in the background, trying to secure funds. And I think the plan is to have that green
Up and running by March.
correct.
Bronwyn Hagger was telling me.
So we thank Paul Jackson for the update.
What's this one done from Debra Lee? Kim wanted it to hold, it didn't. For Marian McLaughlin. So Marian just going to crash in. Skips to come down. Linda Hughes representing Alice Springs for the NT women. Today wasn't her best, but look out. She'll come good this week from her son, Rowan. Oh, great to have your company, Rowan.
Yeah.
Nickname Merv is Linda, as told to me by Shirley and Marian. But, you know, this is the thing. Sometimes it's just not your day. Sometimes you can be on, sometimes you might not be, but it happens. Ah, well done to you, Rowan. Great to have your company.
Kim Saunders. Wow, what a bowl. Beautiful forehand draw. Just exquisite. Adding to the number. That makes 2 now, Val.
Does.
Or was it 3? It's 2 or 3. You're close. Robbie is checking for us.
Around the back there, Bronwyn Hagger.
Kim coming on the forehand again, trying to do a play it again Sam shot. And she's not far away.
Not at all.
Very good attempt.
What would you say this count is, Paul?
2, maybe 3.
Tend to agree.
What's Robbie say? He's always our authority on the matter.
1 and a measure, apparently.
All right.
Bronwyn Hagger. This is going to dart in. I don't know if she's got the weight. Let's see what the score is. We've got 2 ends to play after this. Was it 2? I didn't see the hand signal there behind her head. Sure what that was in the end.
26 or is it 28?
So it was only a 1?
Only 1.
Just the 1.
Looks can be deceiving.
So, Northern Territory go behind by 1 more. Lost 1 more end than they've won. 26 to 10, 2 ends to play, 32 bowls to come. 69 to 34. And it is now mathematically impossible for the Northern Territory to come back. So it will be a Tasmania win.
You obviously enjoyed math at school.
No, I hated it.
You hated it.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Loathe it.
You're a words man.
Yep, maths was a terrible, terrible subject. When am I ever going to need matrices in my everyday life, Paul? Having to divide fractions. No, thank you.
What was the other one that we used to do in math?
Long division.
No.
Parabolas. Did you ever do those?
Cosines
The coefficient. Algebra.
Algebra, that's it.
Yeah, trigonometry. I was actually quite good at Pythagoras theorem.
How's that for a little rub? 2 to Tasmania. Kerrie Lane. It's pulling up a bit shorter than she would have liked. Not that it's going to affect the result here this afternoon.
No, there's only a maximum that Northern Territory can get of 32.
Comprehensive victory to Tasmania today.
They've been ruthless.
Here on the Club Tweed greens.
You can see that's where the live scoring is. Thank you, Robbie, putting that link up on the screen. So yeah, the maximum they can get is a 32 with 4 8s, and that is not going to happen.
I told you before, Val, 8s are
They are.
very rare commodity.
Tassie have just been ruthless today. It could be so much more, and Bronwyn Hagger should be really proud of how she's played. Tomorrow morning from 8:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Check your local guides. October 14, Victoria versus ACT Women. And then again at 1 o'clock, New South Wales versus Tasmania men. That's who we have tomorrow. Hopefully, tomorrow morning is a Sandy Wallace streamed game. Be very nice.
Well,
It's not going to be.
looks like thanks to Andrew Howie, we have an update on the New South Wales versus Victoria men's game. Currently, after 50 ends, New South Wales lead by 2 shots. 52 ends.
Wow.
No. It's Victoria 47, leading New South Wales 45.
Wow.
After 52 ends. So
Wow.
there's still 21 more ends to go in that game.
What's happening in the South Australian matches, Paul?
Well, the
Okay.
men have got it
Yeah, doing well.
50 to 29, and in the women, it's WA 42 leading 32.
That would be a big loss for South Australia's women.
Sandy, I think.
Sandy, the only one that's keeping the minute, really. 10 all.
Well, hang on a minute. 55 ends. Minus 63 minus 55 is only 8 ends. There's
Yeah,
only
8
8
ends to
ends
go.
in that game. My apologies. So Victoria men 47 leading New South Wales 45 with just 8 ends to go. Ray Jansen 16, Robert Warren 15, Ian Brimblecombe of Victoria 8, trails Warren Shipley 18, and Chris Young of Victoria 23, leading John Green 12. So that's still anybody's game, that one.
Sure is. So
Down there on ring 3.
Skips come down here. Not long to go. 70 to 34 overall. They confer. They know Tassie are going to win.
So Tassie holding a couple. Kim Saunders looking to add to the collection. And she has done it very nicely indeed.
On fire.
All right, what can Bronwyn do? I think she's gone a little bit narrow. But still anything can happen, as we know, when you trundle in with a little bit of weight. Not to be on that occasion. Could hear the crowd getting into the matches over in the WA versus South Australian game.
Bad effort from Kim.
If that flips over, it could be in the count.
Bronwyn Hagger, she's been saving them all day. Can she do it again on the penultimate end?
I don't mind this.
It's close. It's on the tighter hand though.
Oh, that's her own bowl. A rubber. Oh, that could have been anything.
All right, 2 taken out. Is Tassie going to win overall ends as well? Having won 3 in a row for the first time in this, or second time in this match, I should say. What was it in the end? We're just going to get a measure. Still getting a measure. 2, I believe. Did you hear that, Paul? The signal was 2. 28-10. That's the score. 1 end to play. It's over. South or Tasmania will get the win.
All right, last end. 28-10. And you may be thinking to yourself, why are they still out there? Well, it's an overall game. And shots up will contribute to the end results. So after all games completed, it may come down to shots up to determine your placing on the ladder. So that's why they continue on. Okay, this will be Denise's last bowl for the day. I think she'll look forward to a well-earned rest. Come in and enjoy a light refreshment. And I know her skip will say, good job. There's a little trail on her last bowl. Sums up, she has bowled very well today. She's led with distinction and definitely made the task much harder for the NT ladies. Shirley has played quite well as well, but the consistency hasn't been quite there, unfortunately. But battled really hard. Okay, Kerrie Lane has also been very solid for the Tasmanian team today. As all our WA dignitaries walk in.
They sure do. A few dignitaries around, and
Our president, or the president of WA.
so the Jennifer Sullivan game has made it, well, it stayed around, I can't believe it, it stayed around that 35 shot margin for probably the last 2 hours, I would say. Just
Wow.
a few more bowls.
Victoria versus New South Wales. It's all tied up at
Wow.
47 all.
We think whoever loses that is in massive trouble. Both have lost a rubber already, or a tie already. Don't know about that, Tom. I think you're a bit sleep deprived.
The voice of an angel. Wow, he's definitely the voice of the people. There's no doubt about that, Tom.
think you are very, very sleep deprived.
Oh, it's good that you've enjoyed the telecast, and thank you for watching in.
Great to have everyone's
Yeah.
company, whoever's watching at the moment. Just a few bowls to go for the day. And then we'll wrap up and stay tuned with bowls.com.au
What
for
are
the
you
wrap.
looking forward to after the game, Val?
Honestly, an early finish. They've been quite late the last few days. So
yeah, like yesterday was a late day.
yeah, it was.
We didn't finish till about probably 6:37.
Yeah, and then I didn't get out of Broadbeach until about 8:15 after just wrapping up the day's play.
Yep. You do a good job with the wrap-ups.
Thank you. Too kind.
Got anyone helping you today?
No, just me.
Just you?
Sure, this is an easy one. Just wrapping up a couple of matches from each session, or about four sessions respectively, 2 for each. So not too hard.
Well, Marian has been called to come down on the backhand as the shadows encroach the green. If we were to play much longer, I'm sure we'd be in shadows. I'll tell you what, this is not far away here. Can she pick up the jack? Oh, she spliced it.
That's nice. Marian McLaughlin takes shot. And they're celebrating for it.
I don't know about that. I think the Tasmanian bowl's still got the shot.
Oh, hang on. It might have been the next rink over that they were celebrating. Okay.
It was the other rink. Sorry.
Never mind.
Sorry, viewers. We couldn't see the other rink, but obviously it was a great shot by the NT lady. All right.
One more for Marian.
Yep.
And it's the skips.
Right. She's asked her to come in and land on that Tassie bowl. She's got good lines, just the speed. And she was trying to attack that Tasmanian bowl. But as you say on the crossover, over to you, Skipper.
And that's what they will say.
I think they'll all be looking forward to a refreshment.
So all the
Go and put their feet up.
yeah,
Have a shower.
some of their teammates, the Northern Territory team.
If they're lucky enough to have a spa in their room, they might even have a spa.
You got a spa in your room?
No. I said if some of the players are lucky enough.
Say.
I know from
I got a bath actually. It's one of those shower baths.
past experience here at the indoors, some of the players have said they've been in a room with a spa in it.
Same as Moama as well.
I'm not a big fan of spas, but
I haven't had one in years.
I-
So, just a couple more
I
bowls.
just prefer a warm shower, and I'm quite happy with that.
Yep.
All right, Kim Saunders, 2 bowls to go in today's play. Looking to add to the count on her backhand, coming around that blue, or actually around both, all 3 NT
She's got
bowls.
the weight. She's there.
Oh, look at this. She's bowled very well today.
It's one for the road
Yep.
for Kim Saunders. Bronwyn Hagger up at the head.
I think she'll come back tomorrow. When I was playing golf, Val, on the last tee, if you hit a good drive, we'll come back again next week.
Yeah.
I think she'll be definitely back tomorrow.
Well, she has to be. She's scheduled in to play.
I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time that someone's done a runner.
So 2017 next door. Jeanette Lane defeats Jennifer Sullivan. So it's going to be 3 wins out of 3 for Tasmania.
Some of our bowlers are enjoying
And,
Some
saw they
cold
had
refreshments.
margaritas over there before.
Oh, it's just pink lemonade, I think.
Yeah, might be. I don't mind pink lemonade.
We have to drink wise, remember?
Yep. And Bron not going to get there, so so Kim Saunders, one final bowl for good measure. She's had an exquisite day.
She has. Well, a well-deserved victory to the Tasmanian team. They've definitely outclassed them. I would have thought if you'd done one good backhand, you'd do it again. But no, she's up for the challenge on her last bowl to do a forehand draw. It's going to come taking a very wide line here. And the jack is off centre. Not sure what this shot is about, but anyway, it's not going to make any difference. Okay. I would have thought it would have just been a backhand draw, but anyway, what can Bronwyn do on her last bowl? There is a little track on the forehand. It's got to be perfection though, not at that line. And they're going to shake hands.
That will do it. That'll be... What is it in the end? One.
I'll take 1, 2.
I think it might just be the one.
Oh, no, it'll be... Oh, they're going to measure.
Yep.
I think it's
just going to be the one.
Oh, I think it might be 2, Val.
You reckon? Okay. Robbie reckons it's 2. Oh, yeah, easily. Easily 2 it is. We shake hands and they win the last 4 ends of the contest, do Tasmania, to win it 30-10 in a brilliant display. That's it from us here at Ringside Live this afternoon. Thank you very much, Paul Holschke. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, as always. Thank you, Val, for all the great work that you do.
It's been brilliant. Well done to you, Paul. Well done to Robbie Allen on switching the pictures. He's been fantastic looking after the masterboards here for us today. We'll be back from 8:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow morning for more Ringside Live action. It is going to be Victoria versus South Australia women to start off proceedings tomorrow morning. Have a great night, everybody.